So before we start, no questions. Everyone is good and ready to go. All right.
Probably.
As ready as we'll ever be.
Yeah, man. Like, yo.
No, yeah. Well, so we'll play. Jack is so cool. This is your first time on this, so on this in this specific type of community play. I think you played in some of the other comp plays before, right?
I've been in some before. I don't know what makes this one special.
So
other than all of you.
That's it. Actually, we're just great. No, this is for the Table Flip podcast, right? So this is recorded, and then it will be uploaded to the YouTube channel as normal for the server community plays. But then we will also, I'm going to do some editing and gussy it up a little bit, and upload it as an actual play episode onto our podcast. So if you are not aware, you are now. And if you're still cool with that, we'll go ahead and continue.
Yeah, no, that's I'm down. I've always felt like I've add a lot to a podcast, so I think this is really fortunate for everybody.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate you gracing us with your
participation. It's gonna be good because I think half of us are out of our minds with exhaustion, so we're gonna need all the help we can get.
I'm so well rested, you wouldn't believe it. I sleep 13 hours a night.
Oh God, what's that like?
I know you're probably joking. I hope you're joking, but that disgusts me.
Oh, I believe you.
Either way,
offended.
I'm so deeply offended. I have a 10-month-old child that just hearing someone say they sleep more than like 6 hours a night makes me enraged. But yeah, so these community plays, I try to keep them a little bit shorter. We have had the one for Guillaume Tardif's Inquisition that ran super long. I physically cannot run a game for 5 hours right now. So by like 10:30, like 3 hours is probably the cap on this, I think. So if we get to that point, I'll start like pushing us towards resolving the situation. Though this is going to be a little bit different. This is not going to go into the recording, but to give you all a heads up. So this is so I've been working on a monster generator system. And then I am now working on it with Scott Zumwalt, the author of Something Strange, because we're going to make it as like a Something Strange specific product that expands this product offering. So the BB, the big bad evil guy of this is actually a product of one of the versions of the monster generator system that we've been putting together. So a big portion, this is a bit more open-ended. This is sort of a monster of the week type session, an episode. So sort of like think monster of the week for how to navigate through the session today. And with that, let's go ahead. Everyone good? Final thumbs up. Yes. Okay, cool.
Good to go.
All right. Welcome to Table Flip at the table playing. Let's repeat that. Welcome to Table Flip at the table playing Something Strange by Scott Zumwalt today. So we are back in session after a relatively long hiatus of recording, which you listener probably are not going to experience the gap the way we have. So apologies ahead of time for a little bit more slower of a session than we might otherwise experience. Anyway, this is Micah as usual. Today I am GM FatCrab as I am running our session today with my lovely co-host as usual, Lindsay.
Hello, I'm Lindsay.
And Tyler.
Hello.
And we are unsurprisingly joined yet again by on again, off again co-host at this point, Dave.
What, who, me?
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, you.
And today our public player is Jack is so cool in the Discord. Jack is so cool. would you like to introduce yourself?
You can just call me Jack.
Jack?
Though
Okay.
I appreciate the praise.
Not you don't want Cool Jack?
No, I find that it becomes burdensome on other people to have to constantly compare themselves to me. So I just Jack
I see
will
it.
do.
Okay. I appreciate your worry for our own
I'm looking out.
emotional
I'm looking out
well-being.
for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's appreciated. But yeah, so today we are playing something strange. In particular, we're playing an adventure set in Boston's North End neighborhood, the oldest neighborhood in the United States, I'm going to say. I have not vetted that, so you can correct me if you want. I will not see it and do not care. But it is the oldest neighborhood in Massachusetts, at least,
How
and
awesome
definitely
of you.
in Boston. Boston strong. Boston strong. um, so, to give listeners a reminder of what Something Strange is, Something Strange is an urban fantasy slash horror. I think Scott would probably prefer it to be referred to as a modern horror setting more so than urban fantasy. But in it, there is this supernatural world that takes place basically in modern times. There are werewolves, vampires, fey-blooded people that have all variety of expressions of their fey blood, from satyrs to goblins to trolls and more. Tonight, we are playing with a special group of people. Our characters all live together, or at least near each other. And before we get into the session proper, why don't we all go through and just quickly introduce our characters? We don't have to give a really deep description, because we'll get into that a little bit later. I have a sort of special way of opening the session in mind. But Dave, if you want to go first and tell us who you're playing.
Sure. I'm playing Jerry Daniels, who is he's a goblin-blooded human. I don't know. I have fey-blooded, I guess. Yeah, he's just kind of a street kid. Always been kind of on his own for a while. Parents kicked him out at 17 and has been living that street life ever since. Until recently, I suppose. He's got this apartment with these other yokels.
Perfect. Yeah. Jack, who are you playing tonight?
I'm Gus Wilmot, Clone 1. And so, yeah, I'm a youth pastor. I'm fey-blooded. I have very long teeth. Nobody's quite sure where in my fey ancestry that comes from. And everybody insists I'm not a clone. But I'm pretty sure I am. And they keep telling me I have imposter syndrome. I don't think that's an accurate diagnosis.
They're not doctors. What do they know? Lindsay, who are you playing?
I'm Nick Silva. I'm a Uber driver in the area. I happen to be a siren, which is fantastic for me, having a captive audience in my car. Sometimes people don't understand how important it is to listen to me, but I make sure that they know.
Yeah, this the worst ride to the airport you could ever imagine. Tyler, who are you playing tonight?
I am playing Stan Morgan, who is a something of a private investigator. He likes to consider himself a master of the arcane arts, but the reality is that he couldn't make it into the magic schools, so he just kind of works around them and for them.
All right, awesome. Yeah, and to be clear, the magic school is the Harvard Extension School for Magic, as we have decided. Those of you who are not familiar with Harvard's wonderful, well-regarded extension schools, they are sort of like online certification degrees, basically. But everyone in Boston and probably Massachusetts, probably the East Coast, knows someone who has gotten some sort of cert from the Harvard Extension School of some sort. And they've branched off into magic in our setting. So, we open on the streets of North End. North End has, like I said, it's a very old neighborhood. It is Little Italy. We are on these cobblestone streets. Gus, Gary, and Nick, you guys have all decided to take your roommate Gus out to the clubs for his birthday. Gus wasn't willing at first, but you eventually were able to convince him to come out with you as you make your way to this steel door in a tight side street in North End that has this large hulking figure in front of it keeping guard. This is the entrance to Moltwork, the hottest supernatural bar and nightclub in North End, in all of Boston, really.
Listen, I know that it took a lot for you guys to get me to come out here. I admit I'm looking forward to it. But what I'm looking forward to even more tomorrow morning is when you all join me at church. So let's get in there and let's have a little good, wholesome fun.
Oh man, I don't remember you saying we had to do that.
You did agree, actually. You may not remember, but you did. And I have it all in writing. So.
I ate a couple of brownies earlier, so that makes sense. That tracks, bro.
Look, guy, I'm the one who does the convincing, not you. You didn't get me to sign anything.
What?
You think I'm going to fucking church? I'm not going to fucking church. Have you seen that? That priest is going to take my spotlight, and I can't deal with that.
Well, you'll come around.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so you approach.
Gus is just like big plastic smile.
And before Nick can respond, the large hulking figure looks down at you guys and just in a gruff voice says, "You guys on the invite list?"
Oh, come on, man. It's me, Jerry. I come in here all the time, bro. Can I spend a story point that I hang around here selling brownies or something and maybe try to get a boost or something on this guy recognizing me?
Yeah, go for it. Do a story point. Let's turn that into a. Well, you're declaring this as background, so just go ahead and do a charm check.
How difficult?
Yeah, that's true. It's been months. All right. Dice? How does Genesys work? I don't know. Average difficulty, just 2.
Womp womp. 0 success, 1 advantage.
Yeah, I know you. So that. So the brownies that made of that ditchweed garbage. You know, it's legal now in Massachusetts. You can just get good. It doesn't matter. Anyway, you guys look. You slip me a few bucks, I'll let you in. We don't have to go through this song and dance.
Can I just pop in right here? Are you saying, look, I don't get out of the North End that much, but if you go through some of it, you're going to see all those signs that say shop local. Are you saying that we should stop shopping local just because these big corporations are coming in selling weed?
Whoa, no. Paulie down the street, he's opening up we're
not Boston Strong?
No, I'm Boston Strong. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm Boston Strong.
You're not going to let a local businessman come into your establishment? Come on, what is this?
Nick, have you ever seen somebody who just so recklessly discarded our local drug dealers like this?
No. Wait. I love our local drug dealers. I support Boston Strong with our local drug dealers. I don't want them going off and leaving the greatest fucking city on earth, if you know what I mean, right? This is the fucking best place in yeah. All right, yeah, okay. Go Pats.
So you guys know where to get drugs then? Because I'm all out.
I mean, you've been selling me most of my. I mean, brownies at least. I don't do other
Wait,
drugs.
are
I
we
just do
talking
brownies.
about brownies or are we talking about drugs, man?
Just
Gus holds up his hand to show his left wrist, where he has a rubber wristband that says "High on Christ." I know exactly where to find the best kind of drug you can get. And
Nick
it's where
just
we're spending
puts his
tomorrow
hand
morning,
directly
right after
over
brunch.
Gus's mouth and stops that whole nonsense going on. Look, guy, you've seen us. You know us. You know I drive people to your club. You think I'm going to give you a good recommendation to all the people in my cab if you don't let me in? With my buddies? Come on.
I
just one
have
second.
this,
I need
and
to check something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jerry's
Oh,
like, I have this, and he pulls out a brownie, but it's like smashed all up, so it looks kind of just like a wad of brown shit inside of like some plastic that's got like some like lint and fuzz, and he's like, "Here, man."
He sort of like
Might-
looks at it, like
might
he
be a
reels
brownie,
back,
who
but
knows?
when Gus mentions church, actually, he's like, "Oh yeah, you go to the Old
no.
North Church? My mom goes to that church."
Of course. Mama de Glasio. I see her there all the time.
The De Glasios. Yeah, we've been. I mean, we've been in here for years. My mom owns one of
Well,
the
listen.
unit over, right by the church. It's great.
Tony, I don't want to put you out. And if the truth is we're not invited
How'd
to
you
your
know my
club,
name is Tony?
everybody, because I know
he
your
has been with
family.
your mother every week.
But
I
I don't want to put you out. And so Gus turns to his compatriots and says, maybe tonight's just not the night for the club, and
no,
this just sort of isn't our path.
no. You're good to my mom. Come on, you got to get in here. It's all right. You guys can get in there. Go on. And then he swings open the door, and lets you into the
gonna-
I
club.
put a hand on my shoulder as I walk past and say, bless you.
I'm going to turn to Gus and say, all right, fine, I'll go to church with you tomorrow. Fuck.
He's I don't know. He says something Christian back to you. I don't know what, like my God in Christ or something. As you
Yeah,
walk
Jerry-
by.
Jerry walks up and stuffs the brownie into his jacket pocket and kind of like gives him a hug at the same time. He's like, "This is for you, man." And at the same time, I'm gonna pick his pocket.
All right. Go ahead and roll a hard skullduggery check for sure.
Any
I'm gonna upgrade
setback?
this. I'm gonna spend GM story point to upgrade this because he's sort of felt a connection with you. So if he does detect you, he's gonna feel like especially betrayed. No setback. I think actually. I mean, you could get a boost for that if you wanted because of the interaction that just happened.
I was also going to spend I was actually going to spend a story point because of what happened, but either way.
Okay.
It's easy,
You can spend a story point to upgrade some more, but
yeah, just distracted by all of the
that's fair. Yeah.
the conversation and the brownies and whatever.
Sure. So it's like his favorite type of brownie. I think like it's his favorite flavor. It's got like gummies in it too. It's gonna fucking obliterate him later.
And it's got minimal lint compared to my normal brownie stash.
Not lint free, lint light.
Oh god, this is gonna be terrible.
Oh, you got this.
Oh,
All right, 3 successes and 3 threats. So,
you take his pocket, but you accidentally leave some of your own shit in his pocket.
I was going to say, what if the bouncer sort of doesn't really give a shit that he's obviously being pickpocketed, but we do draw some negative attention due to that as we're entering the club.
Yeah, I think that's with the threats. I like that. So, with the threats, the bouncer doesn't notice it. He just does not notice him being pickpocketed. But as the door swings fully open, like you start the pocket picking before the door is fully open, I think, and as the door swings fully open, like you just see like everyone turns their head that's in the hallway leading into the main room of the club and immediately looks at you, and it's very clear that they know that you're pickpocketing him because your hand is like elbow deep into one of his pockets, especially because the size difference between the two of you is huge. So yeah, everyone in the club is aware that you are a thief. However, you do successfully pick his pocket. In his pocket, you don't. The other part of that threat that is you don't really get you don't get any money or anything, but you get a crinkled up piece of paper. On the paper, it is a pamphlet that was clearly handed out by someone probably on the street that was just like handing these out, and it's about a local meeting to stop the new businesses from coming into North End and shutting down all of the old historical businesses that give North End its authentic Italian character.
How dare they?
Those son of a bitches.
but regardless of, like I said, yeah, the door opens, and even though everyone turns and looks at you, and maybe even one or two make eye contact with you as you're picking this guy's pocket, the rest are just like, it's not the peak of the night yet. It's probably around like 10 p.m. or so, but it's clear that things are starting to pick up. It's starting to the DJs are really starting to get everyone into dancing, and things are really happening. I swear that this is going to be rough because this may surprise you. I am not a club going person, so
if you need help, just ask me.
As the door opens and I see that everyone is seeing me pick his pocket, I eat the pamphlet to try to hide my sin.
Okay.
I mean, I look at it and then I eat it.
Yeah. You definitely still notice like all this information I just told you, but okay, yeah, and then you just like shove it into your mouth and like swallow.
That information.
I even shrug and like hold up my hands like I don't have anything.
But yeah, and also Tony pats you on the back firmly. It's clear that he is a troll-blooded fae when he pats you on the back, and you just take a point of strain as well for the last threat.
Ouch.
So yeah, as you enter the club, what is it that your characters? What's like the first thing that your characters do as you get into the club, and then we'll jump to the next point.
Yeah, Gus. This is not Gus's vibe. He doesn't want to be here. He's not gonna ruin anybody else's night. But he's just gonna go and find a place to sit down.
Look, you're gonna stand in a corner is what you're gonna do. There's no seats.
He's looking for a seat.
Okay, perfect.
He doesn't know that. He thinks there's seats.
Is he in the awkward bar like squat where like it's a bar, but there's not enough room to sit in the stools, so he's like finds that little sort of wedge in between a group of people and just like leans on the bar like he's waiting for a drink, but really is just trying to find somewhere to like lean.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what he's doing, and I think he flashes a smile, and is probably handing out some little pamphlets of his own.
Oh God.
Yeah. No, that's what they're about. Actually, you're correct.
The motorcycle riders for Jesus pamphlets that people always hand me.
Yeah, I mean, he's actually got like a variety of them. So what he tries to do, he opens up his jacket and he's got like a dozen different pamphlets, and he tries to pick the one that matches best per person. So he does have a motorcycle riders one, but when he's at the bar, he sees a woman and he hands her a dental assistance for Christ. He's kind of guessing. They're pretty specific.
She's a vampire, actually. She has like vampire teeth, and that's why he's like, probably wants to keep her teeth nice and clean. Yeah.
Nick Silva immediately goes. He shouts at a group that he knows in the corner. He goes, "Hey, points at them, smiles, and then walks to the bar and immediately starts buying shots for everybody.
Very nice.
Jerry, on the other hand, is waiting for any opportune moment where somebody looks away from their drink and he can snatch one or two.
The looking for people to stop paying attention to their drinks is really like
Yeah.
good bar behavior. That doesn't attract any negative attention.
Oh no, he's like Jerry's used to this. He's like slick about it. He's just like hanging out. He seems like he's just like whatever. And then as soon as like, some guy bumps into another guy and then that guy looks at that guy and he's like, yo, what the fuck? And then he just grabs his beer and keeps going.
Yeah,
Jerry
like
frequently gets drunk off like the last sip of beers from 30 cups.
Oh,
They're
God.
always
Yeah,
lower
that's so
alcohol
gross.
content by the time he gets them because they've picked up so much saliva.
Yeah.
I definitely bring one over to Gus and go like, happy birthday, man. This one's for you.
Yeah, so
And Gus takes it and just drops it over the bar.
I love this for two reasons. One, this is disgusting. I imagine that there's this situation where like you see like Gary zooming in on this, zeroing in on a drink, and then there's this like uncomfortable moment where you think he's gonna like do something to the drink, but he just like grabs it and just downs the rest of like like all the spit back and everything. Just it's gone. It's disgusting. Also, Boston has actually currently a big issue with like people dosing drinks, so like this would get you a ton of negative attention in a bar right now. So
I mean, I'll roll a check to see how slick I am about it.
Wait, but hold on. You could use that to your advantage. You sit there, and if anybody catches you downing the drink, you go, I saw somebody put something in it, and then just walk.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. I'm not gonna
Definitely.
make you roll for that. I think at some point in the night you definitely do get. Whoa, what is
The creeps
what is happening with the?
are just
Sorry, I synced views. I was just fiddling. Don't
Oh, okay. Like my screen just started moving. I was like, "Oh shit, ghosts!" But yeah, I like that. You definitely do get like someone sees you like grabbing a drink at one point, and then yeah, and then Gary just downs it and like walks away awkwardly. And the person's like, I don't know what happened. Do I report this? I don't know what this is.
Oh my
Cool.
God.
Okay. So, awesome. So while this is going on, a couple hours pass, and you eventually get to midnight. You are trying to mingle as best you can, or recruit people for Jesus or whatever that youth pastors do, or stealing the bottom of people's drinks. Throughout the course of this, this entire night, I think that it uses up about half your strain threshold. So take half of your strain,
Disagree.
rounded down as
This is
the night
Jerry is doing
proceeds.
this or everyone?
I'm a
Everyone
hardened
is doing
veteran.
this.
I'm a hardened veteran. I disagree.
Does hardened veteran actually give you?
That's not a real thing, Micah. It's
Oh.
just that Mr.
I
Silva
thought it
goes and gets drunk every night.
I thought it was a talent. Okay, it sounded
I know
like a
you
talent,
did.
and I'm pretty sure there is a talent in Shadow of the
Is there
Beanstalk
really?
called hardened veteran. Yeah, or veteran actually. So
I'm
it
not
was
taking
a
6. I'll
reasonable
take
guess.
4. I'm not taking 6.
Take half your strain, but it's
No.
not going to be permanent. No, take your half your strain. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So,
Damn it, Micah.
midnight hits. Your roommate, in fact, who is not a player character, the vampire roommate, whose name I don't remember. Lindsay, do you remember
Hold
your?
on. I have it. Give me one moment. Fuck. His name is Donnie Brown. This guy loves
Yeah.
to party.
So Donnie he's just been fucking
Donnie.
DJing the hell
I'm-
out of a DJ table, whatever. I don't know what they do, but he's been doing like stuff. He's been turning tables a lot.
Yeah,
It's
he's-
crazy.
He's the Boston guy kid.
And but midnight rolls around. Donnie looks over, makes eye contact with Gus, and he's like, Yo, 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 this is the birthday boys time. Now, you know what we do every night at Mole Twerk? It's time to twerk, twerk, twerk. And then the lights go off, the beat drops, and strobes start flashing. Everyone begins to twerk. Or everyone who's in the know begins to twerk. And transform into their fae form. And
Gus starts to sort of casually twerk his way across the dance floor up to the DJ table.
But he's leaving enough room to do this.
Yeah, he's not like hardcore twerking, but he's fine. Like he's not. He's just
he's like doing
twerking a little as
squats.
he's making his way across the dance.
He's doing like soft squats.
No.
Like half squat.
No, I mean he's twerking.
Okay.
I want to be clear. He's doing
that
it right.
Be twerking. Okay.
Yeah, he's just not going super hard at it.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm moving towards the DJ table. I'd like to chat with Donnie Brown if I can.
Okay. Cool. Yes, you can. Yeah, as you come up to the DJ table, actually, before you even get there, Donnie's like, "Hey, boy, how's your B-day going, boy?"
You didn't give us invitations to the club you're DJing for my birthday.
Oh snap! You know what? I didn't. Oh man, maybe. I'm sorry, dog. That's.
I got an idea.
I'll make it up to you.
The way you can make it up to me.
Oh God.
Yo, if you want me to go to J-Town, you know Donnie don't do that.
2 weeks, Donnie.
2 weeks of no, son. 2 weeks of
Donnie?
J-Town? You're out of your mind.
Donnie, how many times have you not given me an invitation to an event you organized for me?
Gus. And then while this is happening, he's like with one hand doing this, and then his other hand is on the turntable, and it's like I don't know, whatever, remixing stuff.
Oh, and
I'm not a musician.
Should I have transformed into my fae form as well?
Yeah. So are you? I mean, you don't have to spend resources or anything on that.
Right.
But so basically, what this is that this is at Moltwork as a supernatural club at midnight every night when the beat drops. Everyone starts twerking, and all the fae-blooded start turning into their fae form. And this is like the one time they get to like, just go wild
gremlin.
with it.
Beautiful.
You're a satyr.
Oh, I can't be. Can I be a wretched gremlin?
No.
There is no wretched
You're a
gremlin.
satyr.
That would be a goblin. Would be the closest. So you're a satyr. Sorry, you just got hooves.
Well, I'm a wretched satyr.
Okay, you're a wretched satyr.
At the
Okay,
very
cool.
least.
Yeah, I think you can be a jank ass wretched satyr. That's fair.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, while he's doing this, he's like, "Oh, Gus, you know I can't go into a JC's homes, dude. If I go in there, I light on fire. I'm a vampire."
Oh, I like your rhyming.
That's how.
Well, maybe
that's how Donnie do.
Maybe that's something that you and the J-Man have to talk
Nick
over.
Silva's gonna
And there's
flop
only one place you can do it.
up to Gus and be like, "Hey, Gus, man, calm the fuck down. He's a vampire. What can you expect from him?" And then just like twerk hard against his wretched satyr body.
I just
Gus twerks back a little bit, but he's kind of pissed.
But as he backs up, he bumps into Jerry, who's twerking on the other side.
Everyone, the entire apartment is now on the stage having this conversation. Also, listeners cannot see this, but Lindsay was trying to like visually show how how Nick is twerking. It was how I imagine Gus to be twerking actually. So, yeah, you tell him that you should have a conversation with the J-Man. It's like, yo, G-Dog, it's physically pains me to have a conversation with the big JC. Look, hey, how about this? My next album drop on Spotify. Check me out. It will be devoted to the big JC in the sky.
You've been talking about dropping that album for 3 years.
Art takes time. Art doesn't know schedules. I'm an artist.
Give Give me one visit to the J-Man's house, and I'll forgive you.
Um,
Can I make a negotiation check?
yeah, go ahead, make a negotiation check.
Okay.
I'm going to give you 2 setbacks because.
Oh, just because he'd light on fire when he steps inside?
Literally, just because you're gonna let him
Well,
fire and die.
So no, actually, vampires do not. So actually, vampires in something strange do not like burst into flames when they enter a building. That's just an urban legend. So I will just give you 1 setback on it because he's
What
lying,
is it
but I
against?
don't think
What's his
you know
negotiation?
he's lying. It is going to be it's this is negotiation. So it's against his negotiation. So it's against his presence. So it's going to be 4 difficulty.
A lot of presents to be an unsuccessful DJ.
Yeah, he's the premier
And
DJ in Moltwork.
okay, well, he hasn't dropped his album.
Also, he has been working on that album, but it's very painful and it's mostly screaming. I've heard it.
Presence isn't the trait for making music. It's the trait for making people want to listen to your music.
That's fair. Yeah. Okay, so 2 setbacks.
Just 1 setback because he is full of shit. He actually can, in fact, go into a church.
Then I got to get a boost because he does feel bad for not inviting me, right?
I'll give
No,
you the
he
boost.
doesn't.
Yeah. I'll give you the boost.
Yeah.
You did bring up that he forgot to invite
I've
you.
created this character. He doesn't feel bad at all.
Well, he
All right.
he pretends to feel bad.
Well,
So
no
0
good.
successes
0
and
successes,
3
3
threats. So he definitely is not going to agree to come to church with you the next day. With those threats, though, I think he basically lies to you, and he tells you he's going to come to yo, okay, fine, yeah, definitely, I'll be there. All right, I'll be there for the morning mass. All right, it'll be great. Hey man, what, just birthday shots, and then sorry, I'm trying not to be too loud that I wake up my baby, so
Wake
so
him
every now and
up.
then my voice will drop down. He screams birthday shots, and then seemingly like from under his DJ table, and you don't know why they would be there, he just pulls out 4 shots for the 4 of you, and yeah,
And
you
1
take the
shot of
shot.
blood for himself.
No, 3 shots for you and 1 shot for himself. Yeah.
Mm.
Does Gus take the shot?
Yeah, no, Gus is pleased to hear that Donnie's on board and will visit the J-Man's house.
Okay. So perfect. Just take 1 strain from the shot. I'm going to use the 2 threats for the roll I want you all to do now as we move along, because at some point we do need to get Stan into the into the game. So as the night goes on,
All
I'm
of
gonna
their
let you guys...
phones have been blowing up.
yeah. We have like we have like a zoom in of like Gus's phone just like vibrating so hard it's nearly leaping out of his pocket, and you just see like Stan or landlord on the phone screen. And all of you roll an average athletics check, but use presence as your characteristic for athletics for basically how your dancing goes through the night, and you will regain strain for every success on this. So whatever your presence is, that's your base green dice. And then if you have athletic skill ranks, it upgrades based on how many skill ranks you have.
Against what difficulty, or just a no difficulty?
Average difficulty. So it's 2 purple.
Tough to twerk.
Yeah.
I
Sorry,
forgot.
and Gus, you get a setback, but also you get a boost. So you get the setback. That's what I'm using those 2 threat for. as it's tough to twerk, especially when you're drinking some nasty ass tequila that Donnie handed you. But
And the boost
also
is for
you get
feeling myself.
the boost is for it's your birthday, and yeah, you went up on stage and are just like definitely getting into it, I think.
Two
Okay.
successes.
All right. So I'm an idiot and don't pay attention. I'm gonna roll athletics. I have a presence of 3. What the fuck does that mean?
So
do I
how
do?
many ranks? Let me look at your sheet. So
Thank
you,
you.
Nick Silva, has a presence of 3. So you get
Yep.
3 green dice. Your athletics is you have no ranks in athletics. So
Got
you
it.
just roll the 3 green. You get
You
no
got it.
upgrades. Yeah. So you get 1 strain back from twerking. Or Gary got 1 strain back from twerking.
0
Nick
successes.
Silva got 0. Oh no, you didn't roll any
No, I didn't.
purple dice. Yeah. So just roll 2 purple dice.
We're getting there.
Okay, so 3 advantages, 0
advantages.
successes still.
Hmm.
It would be weird if the purple dice gave you successes.
That'd
So
be awesome.
Gary and Gus, you recover 1 and 2 strain respectively. Nick recovers 0 strain. Nick's, I think, which makes sense because actually it'd make more sense was Gary, but either
Mhm.
way, Nick just wasn't feeling it that night for whatever reason. However, you
They
do
just
have
got turned
3
down by
advantage.
somebody.
Well, you do have 3 advantages. So for this check, if you can't think of anything else, I'll let you like use those to recover strain. But that's sort of the
Mhm.
goal of the check. So it's really against the spirit. It's against the spirit of Genesys. So if you want to be against the spirit of Genesys, by all means, I won't be disappointed.
Wait, be against the spirit and recover strain? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, if you use the 3 advantages to recover strain, because the check was to recover strain. So generally, you don't use the side results to do what the check was for.
So my wait, how soon are we going to recover this strain?
You'll have a recovery check at the next scene.
I feel like I want to do something different with that.
I just like how
Straight
your
up.
question was
Yum, yum,
basically.
yum.
Oh yeah, I just like how your question was basically. Do I really give a shit about disappointing the spirit of Genesys GM?
I mean, I definitely don't.
What about the Holy Spirit of Genesis? Have you thought about that?
Genesys.
Yeah, no, I thought of
Genesys Christ.
Oh my
In
god.
Domine Patri
I was thinking
family
instead,
Spiri Sancti.
it could be something like I made a connection or something like that at the club that could help us later.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fair. Yeah.
I would do something more like that. I think it would be better.
I like that. Okay, so yeah, I think that would be worth all 3 advantages.
And the reason that I don't recover strain is that connection and I had way more shots than I normally have, which is saying something.
You just twerked so hard together for so long. There was not a moment.
Like great connection, but fuck, am I tired?
Yeah, no, I mean you twerked up against someone and like touched butts and then had an immediate connection and then like spent the rest of the night just like trading shots back and forth.
Yeah.
It happens when you touch butts at Moltwork. Touch butts one night, touch hearts for life. So
yeah, boy.
What they say.
Yeah, that's the motto for Moltwork when it advertises. So okay, perfect. So you all recover your strain. The night goes on. Eventually, you come home probably in the wee hours, like 3 a.m. Actually, it's Boston, so everything has to be shut down by effectively 1 a.m., 2 a.m. technically. So you get home around 2. It's 2 a.m., but everything shuts down at 1 a.m. So you get home around like 2. Well, actually, you're in North End, so you get home. I think
1:30.
Around 1:30. Yeah. This is unimportant. It really doesn't matter when you get home. You get home like in the early AM hours, and you stumble into your apartment.
Strict clock following is so important to Genesis. Like the game doesn't work if you're not setting time really, really strictly.
Yeah, it's a narrative dice system, not narrative whatever the fuck in the clock you think it is. All right, come on, guys. punctual, timely. That's what Genesys is known for. And
Time management.
this podcast, timely. So, but you stumble home to a pretty dinky 8th floor apartment. There's no elevators in the building, of course. Actually, I scratched that. It's a 5th floor apartment because you can't have more than 5 floors in North End, but there's no elevators, of course. So, and it's like 1,500 square feet for 5 of you. Your other roommates aren't home yet. Are you?
What are the
Yeah. Who's running the fridge and who's going right to bed?
Gus is going.
Jerry is 100% in the fridge. Like the fridge is open and it's been open for like 15 minutes and he's just sitting on the floor grabbing stuff and then eating it. There's like a pile of like wrappers and shit around him, soda can.
Yeah, I think like we see a scene like when we transition from malt work, we go back to the apartment and we see this like Jerry still twerking in the fridge, like very poorly, but just like twerking away, reminiscing about the conversation. Or no, not conversation. Sorry, I keep thinking Jerry was the one who got 3 advantages.
There was
just
no
twerking.
time for conversation.
Yeah.
It was
just
connections without words.
is it was deeper than words. What about Gus what about Gus? What's Gus doing?
Gus is going to bed. Gus is wiped
goes right to
out,
bed.
and he's got to get up early because Gus doesn't just go to church. Gus has to be in there at like 7 a.m. to help set up and get everything together.
Nice. Yes. So yeah, Gus just sort of stumbles into his closet-sized bedroom and just does full belly flop onto his bed, I imagine.
Yeah. He's also not good at being drunk, so he just is out
Right.
easily.
Awesome.
Nick is occasionally grabbing like a few little morsels of food from Jerry, who's in the fridge, and going, I don't know, man. Should I go into the roof? I bet the stars you can see a few of them tonight. I'm not sure though. We're having another shot. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Right. I should totally go onto the roof. But then he keeps like getting distracted by random shit around the kitchen, so he never goes up to the roof and he just keeps talking.
We both keep talking.
Yeah, we both just keep talking.
I feel like I started making ramen but boiled the pan out and it's just like
just like smoking slightly.
It's just a red hot pan on the stove.
Yeah.
I think eventually you notice the red hot pan and the ramen mostly boiled out, and you're holding it in your hand, and you guys both decide to actually go to the roof at that moment too. But right as you're about to leave the kitchen, the door kicks open and Stan bursts into the apartment. Your landlord, your other roommates still aren't home. They seem to be they're staying elsewhere for the night.
Did you idiots not like think to answer your phone?
Stan! Oh man, you should have seen Gus's birthday. It was fucking awesome. You want a shot, man?
No.
Bro, how many times have I told you not to like bust in like that? I totally just pissed my pants. And he really did.
This is my apartment. You are just renting from me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we live here and you don't, bro.
Why is the fridge open?
Food, Stan.
I'm eating. You want some ramen?
It's real good. Look at it. The black means it's better.
Have you seen the electric rates?
No. What?
Fuck no, man.
You can see electricity?
He just kind of puts a hand through his hair and he's just like pulling. Listen, you guys need to sober up. We've got work, and it's important. We need to get this done. We need to go start looking into this now.
Stan and puts both his hands on his shoulders and starts massaging slightly. Staring him directly in the eyes and says, Stan.
Just continues massaging.
I've been drinking since 3 p.m. Can this wait till morning? And then he slowly lays his head on his chest.
You
Stan would know. No, it cannot wait until morning.
No, it can't. No, we need to deal with this now because there's a good chance that another attack is gonna happen anytime now. So, within the next it's like what do you say, like 3:00? Within the next like 2 hours, we could be dealing with something else. And
Oh God, are we fighting evil drunk tonight?
it looks like it. This isn't the first time you idiots have done this, though. So, where's Gus? Seamus? We need Seamus.
Seamus is gone.
Yeah, I remember. Who's here?
I'm here.
I'm here.
Yes, I see that trade. The fridge is still not closed. Please go work on that.
Bro, you're the one with the problem. You go fucking close it.
Who else is here? As he goes and shuts the fridge.
Gus,
At this point, Gus
Gus-
wakes up. Yeah, like I think and it's not the fridge that wakes Gus up. It's the spins basically. As you're
But he thinks he's like God
assaulted
is
by
awesome.
horrific dizziness as you try to fall asleep desperately.
Ooh. Yeah, Gus stumbles back out into the kitchen. Stanley?
Stan. I've told you this before, Gus. It's Stan.
Sorry, Stanley. Why are you at night here?
Listen. You deadbeats haven't paid your rent in 2 months.
I paid it yesterday.
Have you? Have you paid it? Have you paid all right?
No,
about you?
because I haven't got it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Okay, well, will you give me my rent? I'll give you your rent back.
I'm sorry, what?
Will you give me my rent? I'll give you a rent back. How's that
You
sound,
guys
Stanley?
get Gus drunk?
Yeah. Did you know?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he liked it too.
Yeah, it's all Gus, baby.
Oh.
All Gus, baby.
Listen, we do this job. You guys won't have to worry about rent for like 3 months. It'll wash out what you owe, and it'll be like 3 more months worth of not worrying about rent.
I'm not worried about rent, honestly.
Yeah, well, I am, and I need your help now.
You know what?
Yeah, if you throw ramen in on that, because I
That's
just
such a
burned my last one.
It's really well put. Thank you,
Fine.
Nick, for saying
Fine.
that.
You want some ramen? I will start cooking ramen. And then I will burn my hand on the pot. Oh, you son of...
And at this point, you hear this sort of guttural shriek come from down, probably like not more than a block or two away. And you can hear some shouting and glass shatter.
The ramen's gonna have to wait. I think that's what we're supposed to be dealing with. Let's go. It's something evil against Jesus Christ, Gus.
Well, you know how I feel about when it's not for Jesus.
Yeah. I don't know what you just said, but yeah. Nick, it might... Hear me out. It might damage your car if you don't deal with it.
My baby?
Yeah. Yeah. And Jerry...
Baby Jesus car.
Listen,
No,
there might be some drugs down there. I don't know. I can't... It's possible.
I don't know what you want, Jerry.
Gus points at his wristband and starts to twerk.
I quit doing drugs, man, like 45 minutes ago.
We talked about it, and I told him that because he can, if he pray, won't even have to.
Yeah, and I can get more tomorrow.
Wait,
there's sirens are driving by your
let's go.
unit now.
Let's go, please.
Let me get my
Everybody
Bible.
follow Stan.
Let me get my Bible.
Nick just
Gus steps over to the sink and throws up. and then stands up straight, walks
Oh.
into his little bedroom, and walks out with his little Bible. It's actually like a hardcover Bible. He's like, I'm ready to go.
Sure, with like the cross and everything on the front of it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a disaster. When is it not?
Nick just needed everyone else to be moving, and then he just follows.
Is Nick noticeably drunk, or is he like the
He's
kind
one
of
of those
guy
people
who
who,
gets
like,
drunk
every
so
now
much
and
that you
then-
can't tell?
Yeah, he gets like so every now and then you'll be like, "Whoa, that guy's fucking drunk," and then he's like, "All right, let's go." And he's like not noticeably drunk at all.
And I think at this point, yeah, we transition to the scene of the incident that you just heard. It happened down the street. The cops have already shown up there. There is a before you even get there, you hear a female detective sort of barking orders to a good group of like
She's a werewolf.
six or seven. No, she's not a werewolf.
Sorry.
Of 6 or 7 policemen. Pretty standard, useless Boston cops who are there for the overtime and not doing anything useful or effective for society.
Gus will start following her orders.
So you can't really make out what her orders are quite yet, but you
And
can.
he just picks up a 7-Up off the ground and starts to drink it.
Okay. You can hear that she is clearly in charge, though. Stan, you recognize this police or this detective as Officer, and by officer I mean Detective Carter.
Mary
You recognize her just as you haven't had like a whole ton of experiences with her, but you have direct experiences with her. But you've run into her tangentially more than a few times. She investigates some of the more puzzling crimes in North End, and because you often deal with some of the supernatural issues and try to keep them under wraps, you very often end up trying to run interference on her investigations so that she doesn't reveal this supernatural world to the normies.
Okay, so what do I see? Like, what's happening?
Oh,
What's the
sorry,
like,
yes. And the
scene?
actual crime scene itself, as you come up on the crime scene, you turn the corner and see all of them. There's glass just shattered along the sidewalk. It is what used to, in front of what used to be the main window of a Pinkberry that had just recently moved into town. The you looking inside the Pinkberry, which is easy enough to do because there's literally no more glass, which was like an entire wall facing the street.
Yep.
All of the furniture and tables are like tossed and turned around, and some are even just like utterly shattered, wood splintered everywhere. The frozen yogurt scoop thing where like it shows like the Baskin Robbins, like the ice cream counter thing. That is broken and whatnot. There's frozen yogurt everywhere. It's like splashed on the ceiling. It's splashed on the walls. It's been just like ripped out of the counter itself. In fact, it looks like the counter maybe received the brunt of a lot of the trauma that happened in the shop. And behind the counter, you see there's a young college-aged guy with sort of disheveled curly hair, and he's clearly almost near tears as he is being interviewed by a police officer.
Gus is going to sort of put an arm through Stan's arm. Can we enter? Like, does it look like we could go in there without being stopped immediately?
There's no police tape or anything up at this point, but it's very clearly a crime scene. There is a crowd of looker-ons that's beginning to gather.
So Gus is going to put an arm through Stan's arm and like pat Stan on the shoulders, like I think that you and me we gotta solve this mystery. Come on, and sort of makes his way into the Pinkberry and right towards the only machine that's still in the wall, and tries to like stick his head under with Stan. He's like encouraging Stan to follow along and like see if he can just get a mouthful of frozen yogurt from the machine left in the wall.
No.
Stan, we gotta get the fuel. No. We gotta get the fuel. Mystery fuel, Stan. You always tell me.
Gus?
You always say to me, Stanley, you always say, Gus, you gotta have mystery fuel when we're solving a mystery. Stanley is what you always say.
I've literally never said that in my life.
Okay, I'm paraphrasing.
Nick's gonna come up behind and grab Stan's shoulders again and say, "Manna from God, Stanley, manna from God," and then just wander off.
What is
Are you
my
guys trying to
relationship with Detective Carter?
You don't have. I mean, you don't have a relationship with her. The closest approximation to like a relationship is like it's a parasocial relationship, I guess. Like you're aware of her, you know her work, only because you have to mess with it so often so that she doesn't. So she actually has a really low case clearance rate, in large part because you keep interfering with her clearing her cases. She is not aware of this yet, but you are deeply familiar with this. So that's your relationship with her.
All right.
And then you like really feel bad and have a massive crush on her.
Nick, I need you to go explain to Detective Carter that you saw somebody smash through this with their car and then drive off.
You want me to tell her that?
Are you guys still?
Not you, Gus.
They know me. You know.
Are you guys still at the yogurt station?
Yes, Gus is, unless he's been pulled away by something.
Okay. No.
I've pulled Gus a couple feet away from it, and I'm kind of like holding him where he is, so he doesn't go towards it. And I just say, Nick, I know you're better at this. You're better at talking to people. Yeah. You can convince her that that's what this is, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know me. Sorry, I was a little bit slapped back in the kitchen, but you know that fresh air that walked in me good. I'm back. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Good.
All right.
Tell her it was you. Just see what she says.
No,
don't do that. Don't listen to Gus.
Talk to God. Talk to God right now. Go talk to God right now, okay? He's over in that corner. Go. Shh. And Nick saunters on up.
Yeah, before Nick even Gus fully turns to saunter up to Detective Carter, you hear barking out from behind you.
What the fuck are you guys doing here?
I'm so scared right now.
You are in my fucking crime scene. Who the fuck are you?
I'm sorry. Give me a moment to adjust.
I wasn't expecting this. That she was RoboCop.
Voice mod is great. I don't know. She sounded a little robot-y before, and I'll cut this part out of the podcast episode. But
no, I like it.
We're gonna go with it.
All right. So Nick startled for a moment because he's not expecting, Detective Carter to be there. But then he sees one of his club boys who happens to be a B cop in the background. He goes, "Hey, I'm sorry that I busted right on it, but my boy Danny over there. I heard him through the window. I was up in my kitchen making some ramen, and I actually before you guys all came, I saw after I heard something, it sounded like I heard a car screeching down the street, and I was like, man, this is my neighborhood. What's happening here? So then I looked out the window, and then there was just this fucking car. Just a car just went like straight in through yogurt everywhere, and then it backed on out, yogurt all over the car, and just sped on off.
That's why we're down here, Detective. But I had to bring my other friends with me because I need to be watching them right now there. As you can see, a little intimidated.
So you're telling me that a car drove in and you were up and you were just magically saw this car driving and then you're like, we'll go out and check it out. But
I'm not here.
With the investigation.
The voice modulator cannot handle it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's a bummer. Okay, I'll just have to. She'll sound like this. Imagine this is just a little higher pitch then, but she's like, so you came down here. I'm like, we're gonna go and help with the investigation. Great, this is wonderful. That's what you guys are doing. That's what you're telling me.
Look, detectives. Can I have your name, please? Detective what?
Who the fuck do you think you are?
You don't want me to
Get
address
out of my
people like
crime
this?
scene.
You
Get
don't
out of
want
my
to
crime
address
scene.
people like this? This is my neighborhood. I was just keeping an eye out. I thought you might want some.
Hey kid, I'm gonna arrest your ass and put you down in the jail cell for
Man,
time.
detective, come on. I'm just trying to help.
Detective, we're just trying to help. My friends got a little too close. I am sorry. We will be moving along here in just a moment. And while I'm
And yeah,
doing that,
go ahead.
I'm using. I'd like to use some utility magic to sort of flick a business card into the pocket of the kid that was working at this place, the kid that was behind the counter.
Okay. Remind me, does utility magic require a roll? I don't think it typically does, or it's like
I
up
mean,
to.
I'm technically, I guess I'm technically replacing a skill here. Like, so I
Like
mean,
a
I would think that it
skullduggery.
would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it'll be an easy roll. But yeah, as you walk away, you definitely overhear the detective sort of mutter, I got these fucking rubberneckers and got this kid talking about crazy trash monsters tearing up yogurt places. This is the fucking worst beat. Holy
Nice.
shit. Okay, so yeah, you got 3 successes and an advantage and a triumph on your magic check. Is it? Yeah, it's Arcana. Is your
Yeah.
spell? So yeah, man,
So-
you flick the heck out of a magic little business card, and it just sort of sails through the wreckage of the tables
sticks.
and over the yogurt station, and like it does a twirl around this guy who's like literally crying right now, and then just gently settles right into his back pocket next to his wallet and phone.
The triumph is that when it gets into his pocket, you know that little lip that your case on your phone has under the, like, so it, between the screen, so it kind of sticks in there. So the next time he takes out his phone, he's looking at the business card.
Okay,
And it's
yeah,
like, Stan Morgan, private investigator. If you have information about a crime, please call me.
Okay, and he will definitely call you. Not right away, but he'll with the triumph. I think that he will call you at some point in the game later on when he's not being actively interrogated by police. With that advantage, what would you like to do?
Um,
I can give you
Let's
I say like I can give you maybe like a small interesting fact. Okay. With the advantage, you notice that so you guys, if you look at this map of the North End that you can see and no one else can, you are approximately in the middle of the North End. You are actually on Salem Street right now. Kind of, yeah, where everyone is clustering their little icons. You see, you notice that the glass was shattered from the inside out and went in the direction down the street, up Salem Street, towards Cops Hill burial ground, actually.
Okay,
All right.
so it went.
So it's like went north west. Those are cardinal directions.
And the glass is shattered out.
And the glass is shattered out towards that direction.
Calls are coming from inside the house.
All right. I think we've got what we did what we came down here to do. We should get down. We should get back to the apartment and get you folks sobered up. I'm sorry,
No
detective.
more rent.
We didn't
Thanks,
mean
boss.
to.
No more rent.
You're not done yet. Through gritted teeth.
I'm completely sober, bro.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's go back to the
Nope.
apartment and
Take a nap.
Being stoned and drunk doesn't count as sober, actually. You forgot.
I will just do a quick glance around as well to see if I can catch anything else while we're walking back through this crime scene.
Yeah, I suppose that would be a perception check. Go ahead and we'll call that a um it'll be an average perception check, but you're gonna suffer a setback just because there's like a ton of activity in the area.
One success.
Yeah, with the one success, you notice. Well, first off, you notice that uh, there are what appear to be pretty large scratch marks on the clerk's arms. They're pretty deep and pretty gnarly, but they don't look like something that you'd get from just like debris or something. Like they look like the claw marks of a wild animal. I think with one success, that's really all you are able to discern in
Yeah.
the immediate area. But I will say that like you recognize that between the claw marks and what you have heard from your contact at the Harvard Extension School for Magic, this type of occurrence is likely to escalate from mere property damage to human human harm relatively quickly once it starts.
Murder?
Yeah.
It could.
All right. Once we've gotten a little ways from like out of earshot of the cops, and be like, "This is bad. This is really bad. This is progressing, and it's progressing more quickly than I expected it to. We need to figure this out. We should go back upstairs, or actually, can we be like walking by Nick's car right now?
Yeah. I think that's fine. Just flip a story point, I guess. That sounds like a good story
Yeah.
point spent to say that this is where you street parked your car.
Maybe we should start investigating now. I can fill you in on the way, but I think we should go towards the burial ground.
Yeah, I'm the best at driving drunk. It's fine. I mean, I'm sober.
And
didn't hear
North
that.
End is the perfect environment to drunk drive in. Absolutely.
Oh god, yes.
Tiny narrow streets, pedestrians and tourists all over the place. Sounds really safe.
Perfect. Nobody ever does it. No.
Yeah.
Never seen anybody driving drunk in the North End.
No.
No.
All right. So as we've gotten in the car, I probably have to turn the radio down.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So hang on.
Bye. Bye.
All right. So the thing that we need to find, it started pretty simply, just kind of like smashing shit up like what we initially saw. A couple weeks ago, Cannoli Shop had their cases smashed out. But it was after hours. It's one of these old shops here down in the north end. No cameras. They don't believe in that kind of technology. Still use a cash box instead of a cash register. You know the kind.
Yeah, the smart ones.
Then that was about 2 weeks ago. Then a couple days later, 10 days ago, I was an overnight janitor at an elementary school nearby. He stepped out for a cig and saw a dark figure smash through the window of a thrift shop called Nona's Closet. He claims it flew away, but he's known. Well, this guy, he's one of those, full flask at the start of his shift and empty by midnight.
Yeah, no,
Had a
smart.
camera system. They had a camera system, but I don't know how it works. It was installed a decade before half of you were born, I bet. And it doesn't record.
Why do you install a camera system that doesn't record, man?
You do it to trick people so that people think that you're recording them, but you don't have to pay the money.
Yeah, I mean, it's the public school system, so,
I wouldn't know. I didn't go to school at all, bro.
Right.
I did sell brownies at a school once, but I don't remember any cameras.
Flash to surveillance camera footage of Jerry doing a very bad handoff.
He literally drops it.
It's like wearing a stolen Girl Scout sash.
All right, so then a week ago, well, this one, I hesitate to even include this because it's not even around here. It's on the south. It's in Southie. So
Ugh.
but Mulligan's Packy got knocked over.
Oh shit!
But
no, nuh-uh.
Well, dude riding his bike at 2:30 in the morning says he saw shadowy figures nearby. Cameras confirmed 3 guys in hoodies. They only smashed the Yingling cases though. A little speech bubble where Sam Adams cut out that yells "Go back!" That says "Go back to Amish country."
I was gonna say,
This just sounds like a next door post. Shady guys in hoods.
Yes, exactly. That was what that was meant to be. Congratulations, you figured that out.
That's how Stan found out about it. He just lives on next door. He's complaining about loud dogs, airplane noises. Why are these dogs peeing everywhere? Stop peeing on his, front step. Damn it. Sorry, keep going. Go ahead.
So finally, over the course of 3 days, within the last week, 4 small corner shops got broken into, glass broken, shelves knocked over. No indication that things were stolen, just kind of trashed. One was open 24 hours, but the clerk had just put up a back in 5 sign and locked it so I could take a pee break. They say they saw a shadowy ghost when they came out and it fled. Cameras at all 4 stores were operational, but there was some kind of time jump, they say, and it's there's no usable footage for the times. Around that same time, though, near one of those shops, a jogger claims to have been punched by a man around the corner from one of those shops. But he couldn't make out the assailant's features. It was too dark. I don't know what the hell he's doing jogging at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's just me. Watch out, there's a guy jogging.
No wonder he got punched.
And yeah, I think at this point...
Then we
so
got
do you have
this.
one more? Oh, go ahead.
No, then we got this.
Okay. And then, yeah, at this point, you are pulling up around the corner onto the burial ground, the cemetery. It's a cemetery. And you notice a construction site for some new luxury condos that are going up in North End. They raised some crappy old commercial property that had been derelict for years now, and but the construction site though is totally just it's totaled. The steel beams, that are cemented into the ground, are bent at angles they're clearly not supposed to be bent at. Rebar is ripped out of concrete directly and just sort of scattered across the ground. There's like a dangling the construction lights that are on those like stand-ups. Like one of them is just dangling down and totally turned off. Like the place has been utterly destroyed.
Oh, good. Anybody want to bet we got a pissed off spirit
I
when they
love
tried
betting.
to
I'll
build
bet
on a
you.
burial ground?
How much you want to bet?
50.
Take it.
1,000.
I would like to make a magic check to
Sure.
sort of, using divine magic. I feel like this is my wheelhouse to detect the presence of spirits. So I don't
Okay.
know how you want to difficulty that for me. Um,
Are you doing a specific
But-
spell or just like a utility spell?
I'm just, I don't know, I'm just vibing, just narrativizing it.
Sure.
So I'm sitting down, I'm doing a little prayer, and I'm looking for indications of distressed spirits or other such entities through magic. I'm not snooping around.
Sure. Um,
I don't think it's a specific spell. I think it's just a narrative
Yeah.
use of magic.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I mean, there is predict, which is really similar to it. But I think yeah, if you want to like specifically do spirits, um, I'm going to make that average difficulty. And so yeah, it's average difficulty. So yeah, what are you trying to accomplish with the spell exactly? Just to get
I'm trying to identify if there is some sort of unseen magical force present here, like a consciousness, right? Like something like a spirit or whatever sort of invisible entity might be in the area. I'm just going off of Stan's bet. It
yeah.
makes sense to Gus, so I'm going to see if he's right.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, why don't we go? Yeah, go ahead. I think that would be an average difficulty. 'Cause
One
you're just trying to like
success, one threat.
sense spirits. One success, one threat. So there's no ghosts or spirits or anything. So something strange as part of the setting. Actually, there's explicitly no ghosts or spirits or like spooks or anything like that. That's just like not part of the setting. But that doesn't mean that your character doesn't believe in ghosts and spirits, especially if they're particularly religious or something, right?
Mhm.
But I do think that what you detect is there is a thick energy of spite is probably the best way to describe it. There's you feel overwhelmed with spite when you approach when you get closer to the dig site or the construction site, and it's coming from the
Okay.
construction site. It's not coming from the burying ground.
So what would that energy indicate within fiction here, right? Is that a thing that happens in something strange? Does this emotional energy latch on to stuff? Is
Yeah, I
there a
think
presence of some sort here that we're not seeing? I know there's no ghosts or spirits. I'm not familiar with the specific what is in, what is out of the setting.
yeah, there's no ghosts, but I think that for my something strange, at least, yes, like emotional energy, emotional residue that can have an impact or be a sign of something supernatural. With the one threat.
I was going to say maybe it like I take like a sort of blow from the intensity of that negative energy, and I take a wound.
Oh yeah, because it's a magic spell, so you get the special threat spend. Yeah, that works actually.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. You're so
My
overwhelmed
hand's burning.
by the feeling of spite. Yeah, I like that actually. Yeah, that like it's a burning rage and
Like from my
seething
Bible,
anger.
just like heat like comes out and burns my hands.
Yeah, I that's awesome. Perfect.
Gus like struggles up to his feet. I was like, there's a very dangerous negative energy here. He's sort of sobering up a bit as like up until now he has not really taken any of what was happening seriously. He didn't like Pinkberry, but his Bible burning him definitely freaks him out. Maybe we shouldn't be involved in this. I have church in the morning.
So Nick is really invested now because one, he's got $50 on this, and two, rent is on the line. So he's gonna go. He's like he believes Gus. He's like, yeah, Jesus, I don't know about, but like the guy still's in tune with shit. So he's gonna be like, no, let's not back off that easily, but we'll go in carefully. Let's explore. Let's I'm gonna look around and see if I can tell anything. I see a lot of weird entities when I'm driving around, so see if I notice anything, and I'm gonna try to do like a perception check for just stuff.
Real quick, Gus just
I
wants
will
to look at
assist in that.
Jerry and see what Jerry's vibe is. He knows Stan's going to want to keep going. Nick has said he's looking for Jerry to be his way out.
Huh?
He doesn't say anything,
Look.
he just looks at Jerry.
Hey, man, I don't think we should like get real amped up about church or whatever when we've got this whole thing. It's important, right, guys?
Yeah, man, listen to Jerry. Like, what are you gonna? You're gonna go to church, but then you're gonna ignore some evil that we gotta vanquish? That doesn't seem very godly.
Yeah, and I'm going to
Yeah,
go ahead and
what
flip a
would-
story. Oh, sorry. Keep going.
What would your Jesus do?
Exactly. WWGJD.
Yes.
They're all productions.
And I think as
Oh God, I let you drive.
you flabbergast at that. I'm gonna flip a story point, and Gus has a sudden you realize you don't know if it is or why it sort of the memory has sort of come to the surface, and it might be important, but the church, Old North Church, your church is going through a large renovation, and recently actually was cleared for a brand new extension that has been very controversial in the neighborhood, and it's been the target of a lot of protest and controversy, extending Old North Church, the oldest church in the United States.
You don't do that.
I don't know where Lindsay just went. She's like disappeared off the screen.
Clip my hair is
And
annoying.
that's relatively close by, right? So
Yeah.
North End.
You're like you're a couple blocks from everything in North End. Sure, that can be where it is, where your token is now. But like I said, this is something that Gus is just realizing. This is like a sort of thought or memory that's being triggered, or realization that's being triggered
He's
by.
recognizing it as significant to the situation somehow.
Yeah, you don't know necessarily why it's significant unless you as a player do, but it seems important to you.
Maybe it has like a similar spiritual signature, like the feeling of the area with the anger of the people protesting the extension.
Okay,
Maybe.
yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, maybe. But let's really quickly, Lindsay. You said you wanted to roll a perception check.
Just see what's up, man. See if I see anything.
Sure. What
Yeah,
are you like searching? Okay, and Stan is helping. Are you assisting
Yeah.
with a boost? Okay. Or well,
Yeah.
whoever has the So whoever
I
has
just
the
looked at
higher
it. It'd be a
characteristic and
boost. We have the same, so
What,
it'd be a boost.
what exactly was our bet? Our bet that it was some malevolent creature.
Or like a disturbed grave or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm looking for something that's not like a disturbed grave, but that like, I'm just looking for whatever's around basically that's going to make me right and get me $50.
are you? So you're in the cemetery looking for this, or
No,
at the
no.
construction site?
Okay. So Stan, I think the way we'd split it up is Stan's at the cemetery and I'm at the construction site.
No, I think we pulled up to the construction site. That's what I.
Yeah,
that's
you
what I
pulled
was-
up. You pulled up
yeah.
like the construction site's across the street from the cemetery.
Oh,
So
yeah,
like
we're at
you
the
you
construction site.
Yeah.
pulled up to
Yeah,
both.
we're at the construction site.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just looking around the construction site to see if you just like just digging around to see if there's a clue or something, or are you
Basically,
looking
like,
for
so
something?
because I drive around a lot of people and a lot of creatures, I'm like, I know a lot of telltale signs. So I'm trying to like look around to see if I can get anything that will tell me what's here if I know.
Okay. Yeah, that's I think that's still an average. Still 2 purple. That I mean, you just sort of digging around the site of a
Yeah.
crime scene.
You know, maybe get attacked in the process. Who knows? Let's see. All right.
So 1 success, 1 advantage. You so you perceive things. Give me a second. I'm trying to figure out what you perceive. You perceive.
End the story there. I don't even.
Is she like Deanna Troy? She's like, I sense something.
No, you actually, you know what you perceive. So you find a bunch of the flyer that Gary pickpocketed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You find a few more of those exact same flyers scattered about.
Okay, and I'm sorry. Are the flyers for or against the extension? I can't remember.
The flyers aren't for
they're
the
building it.
extension or anything. They're just like shit. I actually forget what the flyers are for at this point,
Yeah.
but they were about like just people being pissed about new construction, basically.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, that with
Damn.
that 1 success, yes, that's it. But I mean, yes.
Okay.
With the advantage.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was say with the advantage. I mean, what do you have in mind for the advantage? You can just recover a strain as maybe you start sobering up.
No, so what I want to use the advantage for is I'm going to wave that in front of Stan's face and say, looks like it's just some disgruntled people in the neighborhood, buddy, pay up.
Yeah, I am. No. It is not just simply disgruntled people in the neighborhood. Did you see what happened to that thing, Barry?
Yeah.
It could have been anything, bro.
It could have been anything. What I want my actual
I don't think it was just anything.
is
Well, I mean, it clearly wasn't nothing because there was something, right?
It's some kind of demon, and we need to figure out where it
Wait,
went.
fuck, a demon? Why am I here?
So what I want to do is use my connection at the club, who is actually, I don't know, some kind of creature, let's say, that is like involved with the construction efforts in the North End. And I want the advantage to be there. For some reason, they're still up and answering my questions that I text them. That will give us a clue. Can I do that? Is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can flip a story point, I think, for that. To use. Huh?
Oh, everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, story points are 4. Okay, so that connection that we established in the club. What?
Sorry. No, don't worry about it.
Oh, the twerk connection, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what do you what kind of are you trying to get from them? Just like a general clue, or
I don't know. I'm so tired. I was thinking that maybe because they're in the supernatural world and they're part of the construction efforts, that maybe they're like, yeah, this weird stuff has been happening. There's an actual clue into it. If not, we can cancel the whole thing and do
no,
something
you can
different.
definitely no. I think that's totally fine. We can do that. So your connection. What's your connection's name?
Trisha.
Krisha.
Trisha.
Oh, that makes sense. That's an actual name.
Yeah.
So, okay, Trisha. So, yeah. You've been having this like back and forth with Trisha, and it turns out that Trisha actually, she is a student at the Harvard Extension School for Magic. Actually, she actually talks to you about this quite a bit, and says how great it is, and how it's really going to help her career. And but throughout all of that, one of the things that you pick up on from this text conversation is that there, she is in a class. It's a new class this semester that is about converting emotional energy into reified form. Yeah, it's like it's called emotionomancy by the Harvard Extension School. No one else calls it that, but they call it emotionomancy. And she's really loving this class.
And she keeps telling me that she can't date me because I'm too toxic, and this could be something that could turn. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she does. Yeah, she doesn't want to like turn you into a like a love demon or something. It's just you feel too strongly. That's the problem.
Beautiful. I'm too tired to act, so pretend that I tell you guys all about this. Is that beautiful? Is that good? Is that great, everybody?
It's good.
It was riveting. I'm actually pretty moved.
Right?
Quality audio, yeah. Well, this I'll just like say like, oh, there was an audio skip there, but
Oh no!
we were all moved by Lindsay's portrayal.
Wow, my discussion of my love for Trisha, her classes that she's taken, how I don't really give a fuck, but I'm trying to care even though I don't.
It's like, Trisha, hey Trish,
Trish
Jerry,
So-
like, why?
say hi to
He's
your
like
mom
actually
for
cries.
actually cried.
me. But yeah, so at this point you have so you have you have this information. We'll just recap what your information you have, right? Okay, so you have that the Harvard Extension School for Magic has been doing this emotionomancy class. Gus just realized that the church, Old North Church, that he pastors at, fathers at, whatever, has is doing this extension that's very controversial, and finally got permitting for it, and there have been a lot of protests and outcry over it. Meanwhile, Stan has seen this pattern of attacks and damage. It's sort of really escalating, and knows that this is sort of on a really potentially lethal trajectory at this point if it isn't resolved soon.
Awesome.
So
Well, obviously, Gus is concerned about what that could do to his church, and it's nearly time that he has to be here, anyways.
Let's break inside.
Well, I have a key.
Let's break something else. I don't know. Do you ever like just feel like breaking something, bro? I don't want to break something.
Nick just hands Jerry the beer bottle he just finished and says, "Go at it, man."
And he like
where did
he
you
throws
get
it
that?
he throws it as hard as he can, but instead it just like it hits like right on that corner. It just goes like dink, 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 and it doesn't break. But he's still like, whoa!
Oh,
Yeah. So I want to
pulling
get
the
in
hair
there. I
again.
want to go in
So,
to the church.
Gus wants to go to the church. Okay.
Yeah, and I assume I have a key, right? I'm a pastor there.
Yeah.
Like, we gotta go. We did promise we'd go with you.
And
Hey, this will count. I'll count this as your guys' visit to church today.
Thank you.
notably, Dottie's not here,
Saving
though.
your church.
But you will have to do a couple of prayers. I'll try and remember what they are later. And so he fumbles his key ring. And what are you doing that for when I'm trying to unlock a door?
Hail Mary, Mother of God.
What are you doing that for when I'm trying to unlock a door, even?
I'm doing the prayers. I'll do the prayers for you. You want prayers? I give you
All right,
prayers.
Gus finally gets the door open and goes in. Not the main like front church door, like a side door. We're not walking into the main chapel. That is not where Gus normally enters. He doesn't go busting in through the main door.
Yes, that cute side door that goes. It's like
Yeah.
here's the little pulpit part, and then like you go.
This
it's
enters
like
you in like behind the like main chapel area.
It's
where
for like
there's,
the priests and the
offices.
nuns, right? It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is this a Catholic church? I don't know. Whatever.
Technically, Old North Church is a Catholic church. I'm pretty sure, but
Okay,
I don't know
great.
what kind of denomination Gus is. So,
Well, we'll Gus is Catholic. That's fine. So yeah, we'll head on in then.
okay,
And
cool. Okay, yeah. As you go in, Jerry, I'm gonna flip a story point. Mainly, did I wrong way? There we
Oh,
go.
I think I forgot to do one. Did I? I didn't flip one.
You did not flip one.
Yeah, can you do that for
flip
me?
one back. There you go. The story points are in proper order. Jerry, I think that as you so you throw the bottle down, right? And you keep like throwing bottles down to shatter them, and then one of them like it just catches the concrete at like a perfect at like the perfect angle where like the edge of the bottom of the glass like just it doesn't break, and it like bounces directly back and just smacks you in the face. Take a wound, but you realize
Jolt something in your head.
yeah, it literally like jolts a realization, epiphany in your brain. That
Oh fuck, guys! Oh fuck! No, listen. No, shut up. Listen.
Jerry realizes that all of the attacks have been on new constructions, and it seems that this is something that's targeting new developments and new changes to North End.
Bros. So, all the places that the thing did the thing at was new places with new developments.
it's
Yeah?
an NB.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like
Nona's did just move into that brand new building, strangely.
Bro, and I
You know
didn't
what?
even go to school, bro.
Stanley, this is your fault for all the renovations you've done to our apartment. You haven't done very many, but when you replaced our radiator, you made the ghosts mad.
Landlord, how dare you upkeep our apartment, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you know what? I should have just let you guys freeze last winter. Yeah, you're
it
right.
was like
You're right.
the one good landlord in the entire city.
What an asshole.
I'd probably be in a better spot right now.
Bro, there's no better spot than a church. I don't really like it, you know what I'm saying? But like, don't say that in front of Gus, dude.
And you The entire building shakes. So Old North Church is
Oh.
this very stereotypically structured church.
Gorgeous.
It's all right. It's fine. It's
It's
fine.
thing is cool.
It's
What a
it's a
lovely
church.
tower it's
It
got.
has a steeple, so it has a bell
Ooh,
tower, I
that's
think, right? Or it
super
has
awesome.
it has one big tower, I think, right?
It's got like, yeah, it's super old school.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
the one if by land, two if by sea church.
But on the
Yeah. So
inside, it's like you have like the pews that like face each other because you didn't all have to just be facing the guy because it was like you get like little family sections. It's super cool.
and these are all really great details for a minute from now. But the main detail I want to point out, though, is that it has a tall tower, and it's you feel like something slam into the tower, but it like you hear that crunch of like something almost grabbing onto it, and the entire building sort of like reverberates and shakes for a second, and then you hear this sort of like almost insect like just screech of just except much more intimidating and scary.
Jerry immediately gets down, drops down to his knees, and starts confessing every sin that he's ever done. And he's like crying, and he's like in between confessing sins, he's like, "Please forgive me. I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again." And like he's like, just like it's over for him.
Gus pats Jerry on the shoulder. He's like, "I'm so proud of you. This is great. Anybody else before you die?"
Nick is
I'm
angrily
good.
counting out the $50 that he now owes Stay. All in $1 bill.
Stan, there's no landlords in heaven. Sorry.
I think that might be a good thing. I don't have to deal with you knuckleheads.
Okay. I'm going to go investigate the tower, I suppose.
Okay, cool. Yeah, as you go up the stairs to the tower, and you go through these lovely little pews that are facing each other, so that it's more of a community feel and everything, and all of this other stuff. And then you go up the tower stairs, and you see at the top, there is this enormous whirling
Dervish.
chimera-like creature. No, it is. It has a definite
following.
form. It has a definite form. It looks has this almost raptor-like head, like hawk or eagle raptor, like not velociraptor, and has like these enormous horns coming out of it, and but it isn't made out of. It's not comprised of flesh or anything. It is constituted by whirling trash, and it is every step it takes as it sort of crawls up and climbs up the tower leaves a sewage-like sludge behind it. It seems to be made of the detritus and refuse of, well, I mean, maybe North End. There's no reason to assume it's made of somewhere. It's made of like the waste of society.
Is anybody following me up this steeple?
Oh yeah, I am.
Gus turns to Nick and holds up his Bible and says, "You know why I memorized this thing?"
You're an idiot.
He flips it open and the pages are all cut out.
What's inside
And
the
he pulls
Bible?
out his brass knuckles,
Yes.
which he puts on. They say, "Serve Christ."
Just pulls out a meth pipe. Just a little bit of crystal meth, a little boost
That
for Jesus.
explains
Like you need a
a
little rock
lot.
in order to roll.
That's great.
And he slips the knuckles on. And he says, "Let's get to praying."
And then
Oh
Nick pulls
boy.
out a
As we were climbing the stairs, I would like to have
I'm
cast.
talking about.
As we were climbing the stairs, I would like to have cast Quicksilver Reflexes using Predict.
Okay. That
so I will
is.
It's an average Arcana check.
Okay, that's not like a special effect, or it is. Okay, but it's just the base.
Ooh, good roll.
I will use
Yeah,
3
2 successes and
advantages.
3 advantages.
Yeah. Let me double check that I can do this, but let's see here. Let's see. I can't do what I was hoping to do. So I will gain a ranged defense until I guess the end of my first turn is how it would work.
As long if you can keep a maneuver up
Yeah.
to maintain it every round.
Quicksilver is just a one-time thing. It adds
Yeah, it's not
successes.
concentrate.
Yeah, it adds 2 successes to my initiative roll. But I will use the advantages to give myself defense for my next round.
Okay, cool. And here I'm gonna try this in the thing, which actually I don't have a token for. I have a token for literally everything else, but nothing for defense up. So, here, there you go, Stan. Get a little defense token.
Can I hit pause for a moment and be right back? I don't have headphones.
Go for it. We'll continue doing administrative stuff.
Are we getting a chance to take an act? Because I would also like to cast a spell, but I'm fine waiting till we actually begin combat.
you're not in initiative yet. So if you want to cast a spell now, I don't think I think you're at like the edge of long range from this creature.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Wait. So what does this look like? We're going up these winding stairs. I need to understand
Yeah.
of the
So
physical
yeah,
space.
exactly. So you are inside the tower. I think. You tell me how. Well, actually, you can tell me like what
Wait,
your
here.
sort of
Let me flip the story,
structure is. Okay.
if I may, and describe the scene. What if we are all at the top of the tower, and this creature is, I don't know if it can fly, maybe it doesn't fit your vibe.
It can like flutter hop sort of. It can glide, but it can jump really high. So it can fly effectively.
Okay. Yeah, let's say that it is like, because if we're doing it in the tower, there's not going to be line of sight, and we're all going to have to line up and take turns punching it or whatever on the stairs. So what if we're up top the tower and it is just like moving around? Maybe it's hopping from rooftop to rooftop, and we're all up there, and the sun is rising, and it's very dramatic.
Yeah. Okay. We'll say that the sun isn't rising quite yet, but yeah, it is near dawn. You at initiative, I'll let you guys with that story point flip. I'll let you guys have made it up to the top of the tower when you start initiative order. You still have time as you're sort of going up the stairs to do an action pre-initiative, basically.
Then
But
I
yeah,
will cast Augment.
go for it.
And I'm going to use Divine Health and additional targets. And then I'm going to go ahead and use my talent, Dangerous Casting, in which I have one beautiful rank. And oh, it's not even a rank skill, is it? Okay. Reduce difficulty by the number up to their ranks in the appropriate knowledge skill. Okay, so I can reduce the difficulty by 2 because I have 2 ranks in knowledge religion.
Yeah.
And I take off those purples and add in some blacks instead. So divine, with all of that, it would have been a 5 difficulty. Now it's a 3 difficulty with 2 setbacks.
Your talent adds setbacks instead of difficulty.
You change difficulty dice into setback dice.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
Up to your ranks in the relevant knowledge skill.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, you'll be at 3. Yeah, you'll be at 3 purple, 2 black, 2 setback.
And I don't know. Can I have a magical implement? Do I have a magical implement? I have this Bible, which is actually my
I think you do have a
cuffs.
magical implement, actually.
Let me see one that makes sense.
The annotated Bible.
A holy icon. When they are casting a spell, adding any divine only effect increases the spell's difficulty 1 less. So actually, it's only 2 difficult.
Yeah, no. And the annotated Bible, annotated apocryphal Bible, should be. I think that should be an implement. It's a holy icon, so I'll give that to you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right, dope. Here we go.
So this is
Roll that
2
dice.
purple, 2 setback dice, 1 failure, and 2 advantages is the result. So you spend the 2 strain to, well, you can figure out you decide what you want to do with the 2 advantages, but you take the 2 strain afterwards.
All right, so I don't have any luck with the. I already took the strain.
Okay, cool. That's fine.
Did we ever kill strain? Did you ever give us another option?
To recover your, oh yeah, I will do an sort of extemporaneous strain recovery roll before initiative starts, because you're right, I did promise you a strain recovery roll at some point.
Okay, I think with 2 advantages, what I would like to do is maybe pass, because my goal had been to like bless the party, basically, right? Unsuccessful. I would like to pass on like a limited version to one other person in the party. I guess we can just narratively say I give them like 2 boosts.
Okay,
right?
okay, so you want to do the next person? Yeah, you can pass 2 blues to the next check.
But what is happening is I am getting a minor effect of the magic to help them.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say I think that like your spell fizzles out or something, but a little bit of that magic sauce still makes its way through to the next person. Who would like to do the next check?
You
Jerry,
said we're at long range
Gary,
from
or
the.
Yeah, I mean
we will be once we're up top of the tower.
Yeah. Yeah, right now you're at like a sort of arbitrarily distant range. You're not
Gotcha.
within range to do anything directly to the creature, but you're also not like at risk of being noticed or anything.
No, Jerry is kind of freaking out a little bit still and is kind of like hiding behind a door frame.
Okay. So you're just like very, very warily making your way up the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean you can just like move defensively basically, right? Just so if you happen to get in melee range, you'll have an extra defense. What is Nick doing?
I missed some of the exposition, I think, but
You are making your way up the tower. When you get up to the tower, because Jack has spent a story point to declare it this way, and I think this is legit and sounds awesome, you will be at longish range from the creature, but you'll be consolidated at the top of the tower, right there, in this nice little like viewing area, basically.
We're not in combat yet. We're just doing anything. That
Then you'll roll initiative. Then you don't roll initiative until you get up to that spot, so you get like a free action basically before combat begins.
Okay. I don't think I have anything that. No, I'm just I'm sitting there being like, oh shit, looking at that, holding my gun in my hand, being like, well, that sucks.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. You make it up to the top of the tower. Everyone Roll your recovery roll, by the way, because I owe it to you.
How do you do that again?
It's
Discipline
a
or cool
yeah,
against
simple or
no difficulty.
yeah,
Huh?
exactly.
Cool
or
or
discipline. A discipline, your
Thank you.
choice. And every success gains you a strain back, and I do a 2-to-1 conversion for advantages. So, it looks like
Lucky me.
Hold
yeah,
on.
Gus, you had 2 advantages, so you get 1 extra strain.
You strain back. Cool.
All right, cool. And now, at this point, we will roll for initiative. Remember, Stan, you have the 2 auto successes on there, so don't forget to add those. Let me start initiative. Boom. There we go.
Which one do I roll for initiative?
This will be vigilance.
Thank you. Sorry, I don't remember a single thing, obviously.
It's vigilance or cool. Cool is like typically when you're waiting in ambush or something, or there's there's very specific situations where cool
The
makes
rule is it's
sense.
vigilance if you don't know combat's about to happen, and it's cool if you do. So this would definitely be cool for everybody.
No, this is going to still be vigilance because this is not. I lean towards vigilance. So like cool is like if you're about to like an ambush or something, like you're in control of the situation. That's cool. This is not where you guys are in control of the situation.
Oh my god, Jerry, we have the exact same role.
Okay, so yeah, you all got
Look,
very good
yeah,
rolls.
we like high five.
Yeah.
You guys are in sync.
Hey guys, so there's a vibe happening. So 4 PC slots and then an NPC slot, which I think has been the case in literally every single one of these community plays that I've run so far. So I don't know why that keeps happening, but yeah, you guys make it to the top of the tower.
We're the best at climbing.
Why am I being passed a setback?
Whenever this thing targets me the first time, it gets a setback because of one of my talents.
Oh, okay. When it targets you, I see. Okay.
Cat-like reflexes.
I just saw a setback show up on my screen. Like what just happened? But you guys get to the top of the tower. It is exactly like Jack said earlier. It's extremely cinematic. It hasn't quite hit dawn's first light yet, but you can feel it's that sort of anticipatory moment in the half hour right before dawn, where you know it's going to happen soon, and you see before you, like I said, this enormous creature. It is made of an amalgamation of cobblestone and iron fencing that now that you have a better vantage point you realize is from it's very much the iron fences that you see all around North End, old North End. And it is it's sort of the solid form of it is about dog sized, but there is an enormous sort of cloud of debris that is just whirling around it. Out of its maw, there are wrought iron rails that are sort of just extending out like tentacles. And deep down its gullet, you can see when it turns to you and roars as it sort of flies about, hopping from construction piece to construction piece for the extension project. Down its gullet, is a swirling, anger hot cobblestones that just appear. It looks bigger inside down its gullet than it appears from the outside. There is a primal terror that it is invoked when you see it, and in fact, I need to check to make sure that all of you, as you get up there, everyone make a hard fear check. So to make a hard fear check, it is a Discipline.
Discipline.
Yeah, against
Uh-oh.
3 purples.
It's not gonna go well for me.
2 success,
Jer-
1 threat.
Jerry pees his pants for the second time tonight.
Jeez, I got a failure and a triumph.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll go in order. So Gary has 0 successes, and it's just a total wash of a roll. So I think that you sort of freeze up there, and you pee your pants yet again for this night. This time it's not because of drunkenness though. So things are looking up.
Waking up in the world.
Gus, which I think is fitting, 2 successes, but 1 threat. And with that threat, I'm gonna give it well, I'm gonna basically pool the threats, and I'm gonna give the creature a maneuver to get closer to you guys. So it sort of turns towards you, and it's now at medium range from all of you in the tower. But otherwise, yeah, Gus, you're able to muscle through it. I think maybe because you're a little drunk, maybe because you're in your home territory.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe because you're in your own church. But either way, you definitely succeed. You seem to be the only one who has succeeded the fear test. Nick Silva, 3 failures. I'm just going to give you a setback on your next check for as your hands begin to shake just from seeing this crazy thing. And finally, Stan Morgan, 1 failure, 1 threat, 1 triumph. So I've used that threat already.
Okay.
I have a triumph suggestion.
Yeah, go for it, please.
Since he was already under an ongoing predict spell. I mean, I guess it just activated, right? But kind of at the same moment, his predict spell,
Yeah.
he used his quicksilver reflexes. Can he? The cause of his fear is he gets a frightful vision of the future of what this thing does, and that somehow lends us another benefit, but it makes it all the more terrifying to him.
Just knowing what
I like.
what kind of attacks it lashes out with, yeah.
Yeah, no, I like that. I think you see like a sort of like that
Maybe we just
that
know
makes
what
a
it
lot of
does
sense.
on its first turn. Right?
You will yeah, I think that's fair. So I think that you Stan, you're struck with fear, but you definitely. But do you want that first? Does that sound good to you, Tyler?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Okay. And you get this sort of like vision of it in the future, and then I think you should get like a series of flashbacks too, to maybe talking with your Harvard Extension School contacts about some of the stuff they get up to, and I will just reveal more information about it generally. So you know that this is a spite monster, is what it's called. In fact, it's called a towny spite monster in this particular instance because it's the spite of townies that fuels it. These things are crazy tough. You see with this sort of time skip, it's attacking with all of its limbs at the same time. So it's both, snapping at you with its jaws, and also these tentacles, these wrought iron tentacles are flailing out and just laying waste to both you guys and the environment around you in this possible future that you are seeing. So effectively, what that it adds multi-wielder. Yeah, and it's coming. Yeah, it is deadly too. You don't want to really be near it if you can avoid it.
Yeah. Okay. And a setback from the failure, or
Yeah. Both. So everyone who failed gets a setback on their next check.
okay. I would like to take the first action if everybody's okay with that.
Super
Yeah,
good.
Stan.
Okay. I would also like to spend a
I'd like
story
to
point.
narrate it as like Jerry like kind of pushes Stan and he's like, go take care of it, man. You're always fixing stuff.
Stan draws a wand from his jacket that it's polished oak, but it comes to a forked tip, and he begins to gesture in a spell. I would like to spend a story point as well to upgrade this check, if everybody's okay with that.
Definitely.
Bram.
And I am going to cast a barrier spell. I am adding additional target, which I do so for free from that is part of my implement. I don't need to add range. Everybody's probably engaged with me anyway. But I'm also adding defense to it, so it's a hard check.
Okay.
4 successes and 2 threats. So let's start with the success of it first. Stan and Gus are affected by this. We are each reducing incoming damage by 3.
Just by 2.
In addition, what's that?
Isn't it just by 2?
Nope.
Reduce the
It is
damage
by
of all hit target suffers by 1, and then further for each 2 successes. So you would need a
correct.
5th success to get us to 2.
Nope.
To 3.
Nope. It does not say additional successes. It says successes.
For
So
Beyond the first.
it is 4 for 2.
which spell is this?
Barrier.
Okay.
And for whatever gives us better stuff.
Reduce incoming damage by 1 plus 1 for every 2 successes.
Reduce damage of all hits target by 1, and further reduce it for. I have it for on Genesys Ref. It says for every uncanceled 2 successes beyond the first. Are you looking at the?
Let me.
I'm the rules lawyer, but here I am with the book in front of me.
Well, also on Genesys reference. It does say it says this is what I go by Genesys reference.
The book say additional 2. It could be wrong on what I'm looking at.
The book
as well.
says every 2 beyond the first.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
My bad.
So you get the first one, and then
it is an error in the calculator. Then okay. All right. So then 2. But that's fine. It also grants the 2 of us melee and range defense 2, while I'm concentrating on it.
okay. This is you. Who are the target? You and Gus, or you and?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was hoping for more, but unfortunately, I got threats here. So,
Okay. And I think with those threats, I'm just gonna spend them. Oh, let me find the magic threat spend.
It could be the spell doesn't take effect until the start of the next round. Or if you're using a magical item, it becomes damaged. Or enemy spellcasters add boosts when targeting that character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give it another. I'm gonna no. What I'm gonna do with the 2 threats is I'm gonna do give the spite monster another free move to get into short range. So as you're casting this, you just see this thing sort of flapping towards you, and moving towards you in your direction. So,
Okay.
yeah, you're now at short range from the spite monster. Go for it.
Is this thing the antithesis of my faith?
Ooh,
I think probably not. It's a bunch of angry
will-
Bostonians, and that is not the antithesis of Catholicism.
Yeah, I mean, if it depends on what do you think? Do you think Gus leans hard into like a God is love and all that type of stuff, or is he more of like an old school Catholic.
He's wearing brass knuckles that say "Serve Christ."
With love? No, then yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I don't think this is the
Wouldn't he
antithesis of your faith
kind of
then.
be slightly on the side because they're like the people who go to his church who are upset about it, so he'd be like conflicted.
No,
You
no,
know?
no. Gus is all about the expansion. Gus wants
Oh.
it's getting a youth wing on the church.
It's gonna be like a YMCA in it and everything. It's gonna be a community center. It's gonna
Yeah,
be great.
well, YMCA is a Catholic organization. Gus would never allow Protestants into his church. Hilarious. But yeah, if
Shit.
how so is it flying? Is it standing on the main church roof? What's the situation?
It's flying towards you at this point. It was previously when you guys got up there. It was on the. I mean, some amount of the construction has been done on the extension. There's like scaffolding up and some new foundation and everything, and some like beams. And it was like sort of like fluttering on top of those before when you got up there. But with the threat spend at this point, it has sort of taken off and like leapt towards you guys, and it's flying towards you.
All right. Well,
It's in
Gus is
midair.
feeling pretty good about this magical barrier he's got around him, and this thing is flying at him, and it's only short distance, which I think is about one really good jump. So he's gonna go ahead and leap at it, knuckles first, and on the way, gonna cast attack, which he channels through his knuckles, doing the close combat variant.
Okay. Is he
So
in?
basically, the knuckles are just acting like the divine implement. The spell
Okay.
is the attack. They're not mechanically brass knuckles in this sense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And I was gonna say, is he staying in? Okay, so you're all staying in your form though. None of
I
you
am
are converting to your
attempting
fae
to
form.
attack it in.
I'm
Yeah,
a
you can
fish.
deactivate later. That works. That's fine. So
Yeah.
it's short range. It's it's a maneuver. You can use your free maneuver to like jump towards it as you leap towards it midair.
But I'll take the strain to
Okay.
take a maneuver first and aim my jump and help myself out in my casting here.
Okay. Yeah. You can get. Okay, that's fine.
So close combat that makes it 2 difficulty. Do I want to add anything? Oh, impact seems appropriate. Yeah, I'm going to add impact to it. So it gains knockdown and disorient. Okay, so casting costs 2. Does this thing got armor, defense, whatever?
If you well, actually, they won't show up if you target it.
Oh, is it
So
in the cheat?
it has adversary 3. So
Okay.
yeah, so you get those upgrades, but it won't add any setbacks or anything. We'll figure out, depending on the success of this, how you deal with the fact that you are like a good 2 stories above the ground.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. That's kind of how I feel.
Yeah.
Just sort of see what happens. Okay, let me go ahead and wow, this is a big old dice pool. I guess a lot of that's just upgrades. Okay.
Yeah.
I have 1 boost for aim. Anything else that we're factoring in here? Or are we okay? Here we go.
I'm not gonna add any. Yeah, I'm not gonna add any setbacks for this right now. 2
Successes,
successes,
baby. Ooh.
Yeah. So tell me what this looks like.
So Gus sees this. He considers it a demon flying towards him. He's got his friends and his landlord with him, and has
And his landlord.
Landlord.
Yeah, friend and landlord. Let's be super clear. And he knows that the danger here is if this thing gets up in melee range with everybody. So his objective is to intercept it. So I think he just says like the opening lines of an our Father who art in heaven, and then he just like leaps, and as he does, he channels his holy magic, which blasts out from his brass knuckles. No, I think that blast of energy is kind of lame. I think it manifests as big balls of twisting thorns around his hands, a la
It's like
Christ
like
stole
the
the crown.
okay.
And he just goes in swinging. And so success, I hit for 2. I've never used a magic attack in Genesys before, a single time.
So yeah, with the attack, it's just a standard attack though, right?
Equal to the characteristic, so 6 damage pre-soak.
Right, and this creature only has 2 soak, so it does 4 damage to it.
Yeah, eat shit, creature. Fuck you.
It already is moving shit.
Yeah, as you sort of as you come down on it from the air, and your bloody thorny fists, and I think this is especially fitting too for a satyr to have thorns as your like magical attack as well. So that works as well. And just like rubble sort of flies off of the creature, and it spits a sewage, just a stank ass sewage out. Who is going to take the? Well, let's figure out your. So you are. We'll say you're a short distance above the ground. If you had rolled any advantage, I would have given you the opportunity to like hold on and like maybe grapple with him or something, because I think that would be really cool. But you don't. So,
So I fall short distance.
you
Just do
fall
normal
short
falling rules?
distance, yeah, and normal falling rules are...
We can't like walk on the roof.
Jumped off.
Well,
the-
we are up on the spire, and then the
Yeah,
roof is
you're
down
on the
here.
top of it. Yeah, so you're not. So actually, you're right though. You're not falling to the ground. You are falling to the roof below, I think.
The very
But it's still
steep roof.
it's still a short fall. Yeah, it's a very steep roof, and you'll suffer like for any sort of like maneuvering or moving while you're on that roof, like 2 setbacks just for moving around, because
I just
it's
figured
very
it is
steep.
difficult terrain. But I need to successfully do that and not die first. So falling damage, I just make an athletics or coordination check, right?
Yeah, to try to mitigate some of it.
You can mitigate
Yeah.
it, but that's for like if you're really high up. For a short distance,
I think it's just easy. That's all.
is that it? Maybe.
Well,
I have not dealt with falling damage.
Yeah, it's
listen, I'm gonna get unless
short
I roll
range.
really good.
Short range takes 10 damage and 10 strain, and you can roll an athletics or coordination to try to
Okay, and you
remove some of
reduce
that.
the number by the number of successes, right?
But what's the difficulty of the roll?
I think
That's all I know.
Not sure of.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull that up right now, because this is, like I said, not something I've come up with a ton.
With a beautiful little book in front of me.
Yeah, 112.
Falling damage. Okay. Average athletics or coordination. Okay.
Or 10 damage, 10 strain.
I will flip a story point.
Yeah, it's always just average. There's no.
Okay. I
think
take 10 each. I am knocked the fuck out on the roof.
Don't forget that is damage. You reduce that by 2.
Yeah, you're just by your soak
Not
still.
Oh, it is?
Well, strain.
I don't
you
think the
suffer
strain is.
by itself. The strain is not damage. You suffer 10 strain. Wounds, the way that it's. I'm actually not sure on this. It's
damage is reduced by
categorized.
Soak, strain suffers not. It says right
Yeah.
there.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Then okay. That's it's structured really weirdly in this table. But yeah. So you reduce it by soak.
Okay.
Nice.
Well, I'm still knocked unconscious on the roof with the strain. That's fine.
That's fine. You
Gus,
serve.
Gus hopefully dealt a meaningful blow and bought his compatriots some time.
Yeah. You see, I think from the rest of your perspective, you see Gus just like wail on this thing, and then just like there's like almost a cartoon moment, and then he just falls onto the roof. And
Wait, he has additional.
And you have barrier, right? So you reduce all damage. So it reduces your wounds damage.
But the strain is not damage.
Yeah, the strain is not damage. So your wounds are much less though. So it reduces your wounds damage by 3, I think, right? That's what the total results were.
Yeah.
So,
so actually my wounds aren't too bad. So I'm just
you're actually
out.
you're just sleepy. You're just taking a nap on the roof.
I'm really not even that bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually don't even think that you're like knocked unconscious.
I think I'm
I think
rolling
you're like
around on the roof in helpless pain.
I'm more imagining it that like you're like you land on your back and just have that moment where the wind is so deeply knocked out of you, but you're still conscious and awake and like
Arms
aware, but
wide.
you're just like yeah, exactly. You're just like
I'm
ugh.
Christ on the cross out there. Absolutely thinks.
You fall and you are and
Buddy,
you like
he's
and
like
you
10% disappointed that he survived and didn't martyr himself
yeah.
for
You like cross your
his friend and
legs.
landlord.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
cross your legs
He's
just
like,
as you
"Oh,
slowly slide down. Who's taking the
I'm not
next
gonna
PC
get
slot?
though."
I have to say, I'm kind of surprised. I did not expect that out of Gus.
Gus is not insincere in his faith.
Gus goes hard.
No, I know.
Gus
But
wants to.
This is also his church too, so
yeah,
I
sure.
think it makes sense. Who's taking the
Hey, it's not
next
just my
PC slot?
church, it's my town. All right? This is my town.
Okay.
Boston Strong.
I'll
And
By the end of this,
spreading.
everyone in this video will be a Bostonian.
I inspired by my friend's courage and like extreme bravery in the face of adversity, which are all words that Jerry doesn't know. I'm going to go next. I'm feeling like
Go
empowered.
for it.
So I'm going to spend a maneuver to pull my laptop out of my backpack, and I'm going to throw it at the creature while
This makes
screaming,
so much sense.
I stole this laptop! So this is going to be like an improvised weapon.
Yeah.
And as it soars through the air, Stan just is like, is that mine?
Wait. Son of a...
Yeah, you see like
Letters,
spinning
you
through
are
the air.
forgiven.
Let's check for improvised weapon though. I think that like the stats for improvised weapon are.
I had no idea you could do it.
So it's
yeah,
it's a small weapon, so it's going to do damage.
Yeah.
It's going to be my brawn +1. The range only says engaged, but I feel like I should be able to throw it a short distance.
I'll give you a short distance for it. Because it's a little bit bigger than. Well, also that doesn't make sense if you're throwing it as a thrown improvised weapon. So yeah, you can throw it the short distance. Also, I like this. I think this is hilarious. So.
I guess that's agility, right? Or ranged?
Yeah, it would be a range check. So it would be
Ranged light.
Range light is fine.
One,
I don't think. And
one
I guess yeah,
difficulty.
be one difficulty. I'm gonna upgrade the difficulty with a story point, just because you are still throwing a laptop, even if you're trying to throw it like a frisbee or something.
I think there's actually a rule for that. There's something that happens with it.
Laptop throwing? Yeah. Hold on. Let me check. They have a section.
Laptop. It's in the index.
Yeah.
It says
it's shocking how specific this book gets.
No, but it does say. I could have sworn that it said that you added a setback or something to it, but
for throwing like weird weapons. I mean,
or no, just an improvised weapons check in general. But I'm not seeing it now. So improvised weapons generate one automatic threat on any check. That's what I was thinking about.
Right. Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah, just
I'll add
onto
that now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any setback or anything?
One setback because it's night outside, so it is dark. So any range attacks are going to suffer a setback. And then it is remember, it's adversary 3, so you get 3 difficulty upgrades.
Oh Lord!
So
right,
it should be
2 more purple, or no, one more red.
1 more red, 1 more purple. Because I spent the story point to upgrade the difficulty.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So
you
2
still succeeded,
successes,
though.
3 threats. 2
Still
successes,
succeeded, yeah.
3 threats, and so I spank it real quick in the face with right in its gullet, the stupid cobblestone gullet, which it probably then eats it, like crunches it up, and yeah, definitely Stan's laptop. He'll find out later. So
No, I think Stan finds out now. That is
Wait a minute.
one of the threats is like he realizes it right as like the thing just consumes the laptop, but it hurts him too because it's uncomfortable. So
I don't have
yeah,
a whole lot of stuff, so it's going to be my brawn is 2, so it's going to be 3 damage. So it probably doesn't actually do anything, except be hilarious. Because didn't you say it has 3 or it has 2 soak?
So it's plus 1 damage.
Plus
I
1 to my
guess
brawn.
We'll use your brawn. Yeah, what's your brawn?
2.
2?
That's how throwing any weapon works. It
So
adds to your
But then you get the plus 2 for.
Oh yeah, you're right.
The successes.
You're right.
So so you do 5, right?
Yeah.
So
I forgot about this. It's been months since I've played.
Been 85
What?
years. So yeah, it swallows it. I mean, this thing is like the physical form is dog sized too. So like it swallows it and like it immediately has is unhappy. Dog sized.
The trash
After
monster is the size of a dog?
Yeah, but it's got like a bunch of debris around it.
Yeah, the coherent form is about the size of a dog, but there's like a huge cloud of like debris and just
I missed
stuff.
that, and I thought it was way larger.
Yeah, I thought we were fighting like a
Think Ghostbusters.
gesture for big monster.
Nah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is like there's like a huge cloud of like just random garbage that's sort of flying around it. But
Avatar Aang when he freaks out.
Hey,
when
that's busted.
yeah, yes,
Got it.
exactly.
After I hit the rock dog, I scream out, "Fuck! I should have aimed."
Okay, and Gus, it is your turn. Or sorry, not Gus. Stan.
What about my other threats?
You're right. With those 2 other threats, you were.
Oh, it can break the laptop. 2 threats breaks the laptop. Or damages it.
The laptop's gone.
Yeah.
No threat needed for that.
Any attack roll that results in a despair or 2 threat indicates that the improvised weapon breaks and is useless.
No, but I think that
would actually become part of the cloud of trash and just become another issue for us.
Yeah.
You are going to take a setback for your next check, as like I think that when you threw it, like you did like a legit like frisbee like disc golf throw and like really like put your weight into it and are sort of still reeling from how hard you threw it. Stan, you have the final PC
power of
slot.
Christ compels me, I think.
Nope, Nick is the only one that hasn't gone yet.
Oh shit! Right, yeah, sorry. Nick, it is Nick's turn.
Okay. So, Nick is just like shaking in his shitty tennis sneakers. And the only thing he can think to do is pick his gun up and start just shooting. No aiming, just it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. But that's how he's gonna do.
Just like closing his eyes.
Yeah, just
and shoot.
Okay, I remember how to do things. Do it.
Yep.
Or
you are at short range at this point. It is 3 adversary, so it is only 1 purple, but it is upgraded 3 times. So just add the 3 difficulty upgrades, the little purple red dice into it. Or actually, that doesn't even. It should account for that. Are you using the weapon profile?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, it should build that in when you target.
Okay. Because it's only showing 1 purple right now. Wait, what do I put? Oh, for fuck's sake! I can't remember.
Do you have the thing targeted? So go into your weapon profile.
Yar.
And
Oh,
make
that
sh-
would be. Where are you?
Yeah,
There you are.
make sure you the little gun on the side.
Oh, for God's sake.
Click your
Oh,
click your gun.
give me a moment. Give me a moment.
Okay.
I forgot, and now I have to do it again. Okay, targeted, short range, build pool. There it is. Fuck
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So yeah,
Wham.
there should be like a.
Cool.
That's not right. That didn't do that right.
Nope, sure didn't.
Go ahead and roll.
Showed the
What?
right thing, so I
That's
don't know
super
what.
weird. What's your range attack, or what's your range rating?
Uh,
Range light. So a yellow and 2 green. Go ahead and add a yellow and 2 green.
yeah, that's so weird. It showed it in my screen when I was doing it.
Oh, weird. But yeah, so add a yellow and 2 green. And
one more.
one more red. No.
No.
That's the right difficulty. That difficulty is fine. Add 1 black. Because it's nighttime, so it's dark, so you're getting a setback for light.
Oh, it's because okay. Sorry, RPG Sessions keeps kicking me out. Give me one moment.
Sure.
Come on, buddy. You can do it. Do it. There you go.
Okay, so 0 successes, but 3 advantages as you can aim too, by the way, if you want to spend a maneuver to aim.
Oh no, because I figured that would be because before, remember, I had what was it, 3 failures?
Yeah, okay, that's fair. Okay.
I figured in this turn, just for like actual story sake, I would not be aiming. I'd just be shooting wildly.
Yep, no, cool. That's perfect. So, yeah, you don't hit the spite monster, but you get 3 advantages. So, you could apply a setback to the spite monster with those advantages, with 2 of those advantages, actually, I think. As you're shooting at him, or at it. Can recover strain. I don't know. What are you thinking? Any ideas?
I don't know.
You can also get a free maneuver, like an immediate free maneuver.
Let me see what my. Hold on.
Sure.
Sorry. I have some weird freaking talent thing.
Oh, sure.
No, never mind. Oh, wait. I can determine the target's maneuver on the next turn.
That would be with a
My
as an
talent.
action. Yeah. So your siren's call.
Yeah.
Right. So you'll need to do an action for that. So,
Sorry,
yeah.
right now.
No worries. I think that my suggestion is you can add a setback
You go
to
do setback.
the spite monster as you're like, even though you're blind firing, you're still like shooting at it, and it's like having to weave around your bullets, and then boost to the next check that targets it, basically.
Sounds great. I love it.
Okay, cool. And then with that, the spite monster finally gets its NPC slot, which took a little bit. It will get a second setback, though. And it's going to spend a maneuver to enter engaged. It's gonna go after Jerry though, who just threw a laptop into its mouth and down its throat. So it
Don't forget it takes that setback.
yeah, it has 2 setbacks on it now. So I think what we see from what Gus actually sees, sort of laying crucified out on the thing, is just the spike monster just slam into the cloud of debris, really slamming into the side of the tower as the the dog-sized creature in the middle of it all just like leaps upon Gary. And yeah, that is going to be a gaping maw engaged, and it will this add a setback and another setback. Yeah, here we go. Any other modifications to the dice? Nope.
No, I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay, cool. Roll to hit. It does 7 damage as it's sinks its wrought iron teeth into Gary's arms when he brings them up to block its snapping jaws. 3 threats, though.
Right in my gonads.
Okay. It's very Jerry thing to say. Okay. The 3 threats though. Do you have any?
Does the Boston man being hit right in the gonads like draw the crowds out? Like that feels like something the people of Boston would come together.
And collectively cheer.
Yeah. No. I mean,
Yeah,
you actually hear
cheering
the.
or they would probably cheer and then try to help them and then get in a fight with each other. I'm not 100% sure. But
I'm actually going to flip a story point and say that when that happens, you hear people start to like come out of their houses across the street, because this is right across from like a bunch of apartment buildings and everything too. And you hear somebody that's like, "Hey, Paulie, is that your nephew up there?" And they start like shouting at each other about like how their mas are doing and everything, and how their nieces and nephews are, and how their cousins are and stuff. And also spectating while you're boxing with this dog demon thing. With a 3 threat though, is there anything that you have in mind with a 3 threat?
Yes. As
Okay.
I'm like kind of crunched up against like the side of the tower, and I'm just like holding my stomach, I reach into my pocket and I just grab a whole like a handful of lint and brownie crumbs, and I'm like, "Fuck you, bro!" And I throw them right in its face, blinding it, because I don't know if it has eyes, but it fucks it up because it's not used to brownie crumbs, and it's gonna take definitely at least 1 setback.
Okay. Yeah. That's it'll continue to carry the setback forward.
Brownie crumbs, I choose you.
And it is the top of the second round. This thing is like clawing at Jerry inside the tower, who would like to take the first PC slot.
Is there enough space to use a maneuver to get away from it, or are we kind of like stuck at engaged now?
You're all in short range.
Oh, okay.
It's
Yeah.
farther
All right.
away.
Yeah, you're just sort of like I think you're just backed away enough that you can still like
Okay.
maintain a comfortable distance.
All right, I am going to cast an attack spell. I am going to add lightning to it. At short range for me, that is an average check, but I am going to activate auto fire, so it is going to be a hard check instead. And
Oh
we're
shit!
upgrading 3 times.
Please do not hit me, bro.
Just murder Jerry.
I will spend 2 strain as well to aim here. All right, so let's see here. All right, fingers crossed. 1 success, 3 advantages, and a despair.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so 9
Nice.
damage. And I am going to activate auto fire once, so it's going to get hit twice for 9. And then
Oh yeah. Okay. This is a
despair
spell
death.
cast. Yeah. So the despair. So the despair for a range attack.
I mean,
I could have you
this
hit.
implement isn't often used to attack, so I would be very surprised. Or I wouldn't be very surprised if it sort of started cracking at the channeling of such intense power.
How much damage do you do
9
per hit?
per hit.
Per hit. Okay.
Oh
So,
man, there's a couple of really bad despair results for magic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think though, because this, so the one hit at least is gonna like kill this. That does 7 damage. So I think so you but the second linked hit feedbacks into you, and you take the 9 damage, 9 wounds, and get launched. I won't have you get launched off like out of the tower because that's a little bit much. But
You could comically roll down
really
the stairs.
yeah, actually, I'm gonna have you you almost want a story point for it. I think. But yeah, basically you create like what does the attack look like? What's the magic attack exactly?
2 bolts of lightning just fire out from the tip of the wand, and just converge on the center of this thing's mass.
Yeah, so I think that as you they converge in the center of the mass like Ghostbusters style, and just also like Ghostbusters style, the streams cross and you get a feedback, and it like from Jerry's point of view, with the thing like snapping its jaws at him, it just like explodes into sort of sublimated, vaporized material. But the other bolt leaps back into Stan, and yeah, you take the wounds and get knocked off, narratively knocked off. You manage to like land on your feet somehow and like plop onto the rooftop right next to Gus. As the sun
Holy shit!
yeah, as the sun begins to rise and crest over the church tower, you have defeated the towny spite demon.
Yeah.
And at this point, Gus, yeah, you are able to catch your breath and wake up.
No, he's gonna ham it up.
He's like a World Cup soccer player.
I'm gonna.
No,
I'm gonna sort of. I was gonna stand up and sort of hold a hand out to help Gus up.
Okay, I gave so much for you. I just need to. He opens an eye. It's like sees it. Like you kind of look okay. Like sun's coming up. And there's people watching, and he's like, no, just let me. Oh, all that I gave. Is anybody in the? Can I make a charm check?
Yeah,
Deception check. I want to ham. I want to get the crowd like. They need to be inspired by me and give me like a round of applause. For
give
me.
you do a give you an easy check, and I think you get a boost from the just helping to vanquish the spite demon or spite monster.
Nope. 1 failure, 5 advantages.
Yeah, no one's paying
Look
attention.
at this guy. He's up there.
By me.
That guy's such a weak ass. He's up there. He can't even, whatever.
Yeah, and then you hear with the 5 advantage, you hear one guy in the crowd go, "Hey, isn't that the dude who's really nice to Tony's ma? Yeah, Tony's ma loves that guy. He says he's such a good pastor. Yeah," and they all start talking about Tony's ma.
Weak-ass bitch, though,
Yeah, exactly. But as Stan is
huh? I'll
trying
recover
to
from
help,
strain and get
yeah,
up
go for it.
dejectedly.
And as Stan is trying to, helps you up and everything, in the distance, with the sun continuing to rise, you hear sirens pull up to the church, and Stan receives a call. He answers the call, and a panicked voice on the other end says to him, Stan, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Look, you've got to get down to Harvard Square, man. The endowment, it got out of the basement. It's killing students left and right. It's too huge. And that is
Wait,
where we
what?
will end the session.
The endowment?
Yeah, Harvard's endowment. It's really big, but in
I know,
Something
I know.
Strange, it's a monster. But yeah, that was Something Strange. Thank you for playing Something Strange with us,
You're welcome.
Dave and Jack. Yeah.
I'm gonna say the same thing.
Yeah, but don't thank the other hosts. They suck.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sounds
I don't want to show
Dave.
Tyler and Lindsay too much appreciation. I
No,
can't.
you shouldn't.
Dave, thank you
Yeah.
for this experience.
Then we might start asking for money or something for it.
The split of my zero revenue. I mean, it would be very easy to
yeah,
give
right.
you a royalty
Yeah,
split.
then I might have to
I do
and
feel
weird.
that I kind of deserve a guest payment, right?
Get a boost on the next.
just- And this is not a threat. This is not blackmail. I will have you canceled for a labor violation.
This is just. It's a prediction. It's a premonition, if you will. A conditional
Right,
premonition
yeah,
is what I
listen.
call it.
This is not a threat.
But thanks guys for playing tonight. This was the first game that I think a lot of us have played in a very long time. So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
apologies for a little bit of any lack of smoothness on some of this stuff.
No,
but
it was
I
great.
hope you had fun.
Thanks for running it. Had a great time, like
And
usual.
Yeah.
We will be doing more. I think that we'll probably the next community play for the table flip recording will be like probably in like a month or so, right?
Word. I'll
Um,
probably be there.
Well, yeah, I
it-
mean, next session would be the session 0 for. I don't even know what we're doing next on the schedule, but
Yeah, what is
it's
next?
Hope Academy. It's the sort of the questionable mechanical conversion,
Hero High.
but it's about it's like a mutant Xavier's school for mutants, basically. I think, right? So
I don't know if you guys
that'll
have
be
looked.
interesting.
It's like brand new on the Foundry. I literally just downloaded it, but I'm assuming it's good because it's 65 pages long. Is this new Beyond setting that's like an Eldritch horror?
Yeah. Gary Arkellis in Discord. He one of the mods. He's the author of it, actually.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm super. I've already grabbed it.
This
It
would
looks
be-
really rad.
I'm assuming this is going to be a cool one. I downloaded it because it said it had a hypnosis skill, and I was like, "Oh, I want to see what that means. Let me get some of that."
I be
Uh,
a Eldritch God as a character.
I don't know, but I can't confirm or refute that because I have not fully read it yet. So
Wait, here.
maybe.
Let's give all of our. I say our because I feel like I'm such an important part of this now. All of our